Oh,
Ray, we're potentially alive.
we're live and alive. Both of these things. And here is a tweet for everybody to enjoy. Wow. Amazing. I love technology. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
technology can be okay sometimes.
I did not test the chat this time, so I'm gonna write test in here. Test. And then hopefully it works. It works. It lives. Very good. And I think the Discord bot has also told people things are happening. Ah, Swalpole is
Here's
the first one here. Idiot. I mean, hello. What's up? How's it going?
you shall be joining us for our potentially large cast Pragmata Forge next week.
Pragmata, yes.
Yeah, sometimes we like invite people to things and only get a couple responses back, or only a few
Sometimes
people can do
all
it,
of
and then
them.
sometimes yeah, it's every single person who we invite can do it, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, it's
Trailer Forge,
apparently
let's go. That's what we do. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm happy a lot of people are there because it's gonna be interesting to hear all the different opinions. I mean, actually, I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of different opinions. I just assume because John is there and he's very positive, and we hate him for that. Hate him,
Yeah, and
disgusting
I
creature.
generally like the game. I think Ginfinitus is quite positive on it, and I believe you and Dev are not loving the game super much. So I guess yeah, but it's like I think it's better when we do have people who will disagree
Oh
than
yeah,
when
it makes
everyone's
for a much
just like
better
totally
discussion for sure.
on board with yeah, how good or bad a thing is. Because we tend to do pretty okay with, like, keeping things respectful even amidst disagreements.
Yeah, unless they're friends, then we spit on them because
Yeah.
that's how we roll, bitch. But yes, here we are. Why is there goop on my energy? That's it's red goop, so it wasn't fringy.
On
Some
your energy?
my energy drink, like on the can,
Oh,
there's like other goop on there from something else. I want the
thought,
goop on my
thought we
energy
were
drink.
devolving into some slang. Like, there's goop on my aura.
Old blood. It's pretty pink blood. I feel like there was another energy drink on the shelf above it, and that one burst because that looks like the tropical flavor one or something. And I'm just here. That's some peak content right here. Me talking about how there's goop on my energy drink and how I'm currently wiping it up so I can drink the goop I want in my
Gross.
body.
Super gross.
If your goop is red, consult your doctor. No, he just wants to sell me stuff. Actually, it doesn't even work for me. I'm in Europe. I have free healthcare. Uh,
Hey, humans, what are we but a big cluster of goop?
Goob. That's valid. Metal take the L. Oh man, a thing on the shelf. Is that a pragmata moment? I don't get that one.
Well, I guess there are. Well, there's not so much shelves. There's like the little hologram stations that you can get when you
No.
get toys for the Android,
The droid, the
the
clanker.
droid. All right,
Apparently,
we
if you
will.
don't have children and play that game, that makes you a perv. I don't want to really, but we definitely will get into that on that forge.
We'll
It's
talk about.
it's a very big talking point with that game, which is fucking cringe.
Yeah, it's both sides of the political aisle have like their share of cringe on it too, which
Yeah,
I think is fun. It's like
this is psyops to make you breed more. This is just for pedos. It's like, what is happening?
all of you people are insane.
The discourse about pragmata gives me ass cancer. Well, get your tissues ready to wipe the cancer because we're gonna get into that for sure.
Yes, I guess just will understand we will have to address it just because it has become a large internet discussion point around this game.
Mm. Now I got the goob in my body. Will hear me rant. I mean, that's kind of what we're here for. Uh,
Yeah.
and Dev is probably super synced into that thing. He probably read all the things on those things, so he's probably gonna give us way more insight on that. But I'll try. We'll try to keep it apolitical in a way, I guess. Like, this is not gonna be a political forge of Pragmata.
Well, I mean, I think that like at least you and I, the hosts, aren't really strongly in any one political camp that it'll just turn into us arguing from one side. Like we're going to do our best to see both sides of it and also explain why both sides are retarded.
No. What about NATO enlargement bills? What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand. No, I've never
where
heard
are
that
they
before.
enlarging?
I don't know. Enlarging my dingus.
I mean, like, they invented those. Well, I mean, I guess not enlargement, but like, virility pills. Those have been around for quite some time.
Enlarging balls. Oh man.
There's definitely a size at which you will not want your balls to be. Like,
Wait, South Park
Also,
told
I
me
mean,
the bigger
one
the
of our big-
balls, the more pussy you get. That's why I put them in the microwave.
like the South Park episode.
Yeah.
It's one of our biggest weak points, though. I
Large
don't think
balls?
you'd want to have. Well, like, I mean, like being hit in the balls is probably the easiest way to cause
yeah.
damage to a man, or a pain at least. And why would you want the target to be
Yeah.
bigger, right? Like to a certain extent.
That's funny about
Like
Baki
obviously you want
again.
them to be functional,
That's
but
funny about Baki kicking someone in the balls is just like a strat in that universe. It's like, yeah, we do martial arts, but we also do like proper fights. So I'm gonna hit you in the balls or kick you in the balls because it's really effective.
yeah, it is. It's an extremely effective self-defense strategy. I was actually we were doing a briefing on our codes yesterday at work, and I had to be the presenter for it. So yeah, or not yesterday, sorry, on Friday. And when we got into code silver, which is like active shooter, kind of like what do you do in this situation, one of the things that you eventually do if left with no other choice is find an improvised weapon and fight however you can. So I found myself just like giving people basic ideas of how they could use objects around the office and by means of self-defense. And yeah, I think a lot of them weren't ready for how detailed I was going to get. It was like it might have been a problem to make me to give this lecture.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, in that universe, like in terms of like fighting, normally like fighting animes, they don't really do the whole kicking people randomly in the balls. While in Baki, they sometimes just start to fight with it. It's like, oh, you're big and strong, straight in the balls. It's in general a very good strat if you're getting attacked.
In Chainsaw Man too, that's how Denji is able to take on Aki when they first meet.
It should be how all fights start. Yeah. No, but yeah, Pragmata. I'm gonna finish that up over the next week, probably like on Tuesday or something. I think there's like a total of 6 chapters or levels, you could say, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 6 areas, and I'm on we're both on the 4th one right now.
Yeah.
My upcoming week, I might have a couple early days, but I know that I'm gonna have at least a few 16-hour days. So I guess we'll see how drained I am after it. But I will make sure I at least finish one run by Sunday. I don't know if I'm gonna get a full hard mode playthrough in as well, but either way, I mean, I think there's enough that we can talk about in this game. So
For sure.
and enough people that hey, even if we only say a little bit, it might still end up being a pretty long forge.
Yeah, as well as both of y'all are very slow. But the problem with me is I'm very slow with this game because I'm not chomping at the bits to actually go back to it. I'm just like, yeah, it's fun when I play it, but I don't really. If I would stop playing it, never go back, I wouldn't be mad about it. That's the problem for me with that game. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, but I have other games I'd rather play right now.
I've just had a few pretty intense days over the last few weeks, so I've spent a lot of my downtime just not wanting to lock in and play a game. But I did finish all of The Wire, so I'm catching up on the HBO shows that I never finished, and Wire's pretty good. Not crazy about season 5. I think it was a little on the weak side, but
No,
yeah, season 1, 3, and 4 quite good.
nice. Also, Diana in that game keeps fucking talking about things I should do next, and it's driving me fucking insane. It was very bad last stream.
Like, really? I don't know
Oh,
if I
all
should-
the time. She just does not stop. It's infuriating.
What? Oddly, I've not been noticing that.
That's
Like,
funny.
I
Swole
find
said the same thing, and I'm just like, every time something happens, she just, anyway, we'll get into this next week. I don't want to go on this right now.
I mean, at the very least, I'll try to pay attention to that more often. I find there's not too much like, hey, why don't you go check that out over there happening in the game? But
Last stream actually happened. I didn't even look at the area yet, and it's like, oh, we need to go over there. It's like, I'm looking down. Like, I don't even know where exactly you mean. But please shut the
what
fuck
do you
up.
mean by there?
Yeah, exactly. New Mubel of it in 3 hours. Wait, what does he release today? I forgot. I mean, we'll probably be done by then anyway, so we can go watch that, obviously, as you should. Wait, let me check now.
Oh, sorry. What's happening in a few hours?
Mauler's releasing something, apparently. That's what someone said in
Oh, really?
chat.
Well.
Is it a Supercut?
Oh, okay. I see that there. New Mubular vid in 3 hours, by the way.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, it's probably on Mueller then. I'm not aware of any main stuff. It's at the Marvels video. What?
He made a video on the Marvels?
I don't. Here's the thing. I normally know what's going on. I don't remember any of that. He might have told me about this ages ago. I really don't remember. Oh God.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the Marvels. I think that was past the point that I'm like, okay, I don't really want to
Oh, it's really bad.
deal with movies. Yeah. Like, I mean, I didn't
don't
even like
remember that.
Captain Marvel that was during a phase that still had some good movies, so never mind like the Captain Marvel movie that was in the post Endgame era. Although I guess we're talking about one Marvel trailer today that I watched, and despite liking the trailer, I have no faith in.
Wait, which one is Marvel?
The Disney Plus film.
Oh, I guess like technically, that counts. Yeah,
I mean, how would it not?
it would be because it's not Star Wars is not the Marvel universe. I don't know.
No. They like the Punisher.
Oh yeah, that's Marvel. See, I didn't even connect that to Marvel for some reason. Oh God, but yeah, we will talk about that in a bit, for sure. It's a Marvel's video. Then he will compare it to the Avengers one, then Doomsday. Okay. I just don't remember any of that. He probably told me about this, but you know, this could have been like 7 years ago.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a question. Like, is Punisher MCU slop that we do have to cover on this show? But because like we haven't been covering Daredevil, which to be honest, I'm thankful for, because Daredevil Born Again season 1 infuriated me, and I don't particularly want to watch season 2, but I feel like I will have to in order to understand the Punisher movie.
Yeah, I mean, this one is gonna be interesting, because he's gonna be in the Spider-Man movie, but he also gets like his own one. Because they call it like
is like a Disney Plus special, essentially.
Yeah, they call it like what is it, special presentation. So I'm not even entirely sure what this is even gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, besides Pragmata, I found another numbers go brd game. Because Mauler showed me one. Or I saw Mauler play some game that's just called Berry Berry Berry. And essentially it's just you throw berries in a hole, and then the hole gets bigger, but there's also walls, and you break them with a sledgehammer, and the level gets bigger, and you have like the whole prestige stuff when you can't get the numbers high enough. I mean, me and Wall are both a sucker for those games.
You're burying berries.
Pretty much, yeah. But there's also like this weird horror element to it. Like there's a room you open up, and there's You open up a room, uh, and there's like all these things that are like censored, like with the pixelated censoring, and you need to collect black stars that are around the area. We have to do like little tasks or finish puzzles, and then you can see those. And there's like tapes with like there's like some narrative going on in the background in this weird throw berries in the whole game.
Okay.
It's one of those games, I guess, that I've normally seen videos about, and I'm playing one that kind of just came out. Um, yeah, I don't know, it's weirdly fun, and I've also gone back to Blueprints actually, because one night I was like,
Ah,
I want to play some puzzle game, and I'm looking for my Steam. I was like, oh yeah, that one, and I was like, wait a second, you have fucking Blueprints, which you've seen like a third of the game of or something. So I went back and played some more of that. There's like a I found the gallery for the first time, which has like a puzzle in there where you have to figure out the name of the painting, and yeah, you get a key from that. And I opened that one, and you're in the room that was on the painting, and there's like another puzzle in there. So that was fun.
yeah, neat.
So yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
picked
more of
that up
that.
on a Steam sale a while back, but I haven't started it yet.
It's
So,
really good. It's really really good.
well, perhaps once I finish the Pragmata.
Yeah, that and Look Outside would be my pick for best games that I played last year. Even though I played
Cool.
Look Outside this year, but it would slot in there if I would have played it last year. Look Outside. Um, yeah. More than Metal always play weird piss games. I don't know, man. More power to them. You just play better games. We don't play piss games. We play fun games. Sometimes piss, but then it's for the channel mostly.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with playing games that don't slot neatly into a mainstream genre, you know? Like, so every so
Yeah.
often there's going to be a game that has a, I guess, premise that you might not immediately think, oh, this is something that I definitely want to play, but then you actually try it and it's like, hey, there's actually something to this.
Piss doesn't know me bad. People like being peed on. I give them that means it's for most people it's still bad. I hope.
I don't understand some people's proclivities.
Yeah. uh,
All right, so I mean, I
just a
guess
heads up,
do you
Maul
want
has put the premiere for his Marvels video on his channel. Oh, it's only up now, so that's probably why I didn't see it. Well, well,
to,
well.
well, I guess yeah. At the very least, maybe I can listen to that as I chip away on the Pragmata after the stream.
You probably can, yes.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess in other news, though, I did finally finish Resident Evil Revelations, and yeah, the last boss in it is kind of annoying to fight, but yeah, I finished the game. There you go, James. Still haven't played Revelations 2 yet, though. I played the first area of it, and yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be very good.
hmm,
There's a lot of sort of Resident Evil Zero adjacent mechanics to it, where you're kind of controlling two people. Only one of them can't really do anything but hold a light and use a crowbar to open stuff. So I don't know.
hmm.
I'll finish it eventually, I'm sure. But now the Resident Evil hype is dying down. I don't think I'm going to be gunning through it like there's no
Right.
tomorrow.
I guess before we go into the movie ones, I can think of like three game. I don't even know what trailers, but a lot of well, the Metro 2039 that way around.
Oh yeah,
That came out recently.
yeah,
It was kind of just a teaser trailer. I liked it
yeah.
visually. It's like a lot of hallucinating and vision stuff. That was like the focus of it. And then there was like 10 seconds of in-game footage, I think, at the end. Uh,
Yeah, I like that there was some at the end, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the like even if you say in-game engine or something like that, which I'm not sure that this one did.
hmm
When a video game announcement trailer is might as well just be for a computer animated short film, it bothers me generally. Like I'm always like, look, you don't necessarily have to be full gameplay deep dive with the trailer, but I think most footage for a video game trailer should be made up of what it's like when you're playing the video game.
Yeah. So yeah,
The old fashioned.
teaser. I like the Metro games. I think they're pretty good.
Hmm.
Uh, from memory, I don't know if if I talked about this on my stream or it was like somewhere else. No, it's probably wait. I wasn't nowhere else. What am I talking about? It was either on the Forge or in one of my streams. I actually haven't been anywhere streaming. So, uh, because I think from memory, the latest Metro was probably the weakest one with like the semi-open world. But the
I
first and
liked it.
second one, I remember being very solid.
I mean, I think all three are really good. I guess the latest one technically is the VR one that I've kind of been waiting for the Steam frame to come out to play.
Mm,
Although I mean, I do now have a setup that I could probably wire up my index and a place where I can actually use it. Or and I've also heard some things about Linux integrating Steam VR now in a way that's more effective because that was the issue I had with it. I had the Linux rig where my VR setup was, and then I couldn't get Steam VR set up on
mm,
Linux. Which, especially for the Steam frame being like the ARM device that runs on Steam OS, you'd figure that's something they'd figure out. But yeah, so I have not yet played the Metro VR game that I do own, just haven't played it. But I like all three of the Metro games quite a lot. I can see maybe people getting thrown off by Exodus in comparison to 2033 and Last Light, just because of the larger environments and structure that's a bit more sorry, not a bit more, a bit less claustrophobic, which
mm-hmm.
is sort of one of the main atmospheric traits of that series.
For
But
sure, yeah, yeah.
I've read two of the books. I haven't read 2034, although I think 2034's main character apparently is going to play a big role in 2039. So I may just, over the course of this year, replay the games, reread the
Yeah.
books. And yeah, hopefully we'll be gearing up for either at the end of the year or the beginning of next year a good Metro 2039 Forge. But
Yeah.
he plays a new character in this one. I kind of forget his name. I think they did give the person a name at some point,
Oh,
but
did I? I forget.
not not related to anyone in the other games. Like I think it's more just a player insert character that's been new. And apparently Hunter, the character that I was referring to, is also in the books, is leading the Nazis. So yeah, I think that has angered quite a few people. I guess I'll have to see how it is in context, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about that choice, but I think Dmitry Glukovich is Glukovsky is a pretty good writer, and he's working on this one. So hopefully he'll do a
Mm.
pretty good job. But I guess as far as what the game's actually going to be like, I think we're going to have to wait to see more of it later because
Yeah.
that one trailer did take place in what looked like a metro area, like underground subway terminal, which is where a lot of the survivors are. So
Mm-hmm.
that might mean that we're not going to be out in the open world or not open world, the larger environments outside in Russia stuff more often as often, but it might not. So I mean, I guess like that's kind of the downside to trying to talk about a game that's got this much shown about it because it's like
Yeah.
all I really have to go by is what Dimitri said on Twitter and the one trailer that didn't really show much gameplay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that one. I don't know. Do you want to quickly go into the Last Light one? I guess more the remember the game trailer instead of like a new trailer.
Last Light, like the second game, like what?
No,
Sorry,
no, the Bond game.
oh, First Light.
First, I always.
Yeah, Metro Last Light is the second Metro
Oh
game.
yeah,
That's
I guess in my brain I bungled them up. No, no, I mean First
That's
Light.
why I was like, I
Sorry,
mean, I guess
Bond
we could
First
talk
Light.
about the second Metro game if you want,
Sorry,
but
sorry. Yeah, 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 yeah.
no, that's okay. But yeah, no. So there was I'd say probably what I got more enjoyment out of than the gameplay overview trailer. Funny talking about the me preferring gameplay trailers. The gameplay overview trailer for First Light that recently came out didn't really seem to say much that the initial announcements didn't. Like it was just kind of talking about different ways you can approach situations and the different type of gameplay in the game. I hope the game ends up being good. it could be because I think IO Interactive has made some pretty good Hitman games, and Bond being a spy, not too far off from an assassin. So we'll see how it goes. Although a lot of it seems like Uncharted-ish sort of action stuff, which is why I've jokingly called it Bond Charted.
Yeah. Is
That
that
said,
game, by the way, is that supposed to be like a prequel to basically all the movies? Because he's very young in
well,
this game,
I
right?
think it's its own universe, like kind of the
Ah,
way the Daniel Craig movies were a prequel, in that like the first thing you see in the Daniel Craig movie is when he gets his license to kill.
hmm.
And I think the slogan for the game is "Earn the Number," so I'm guessing it's like this is how he becomes a double O agent. He
Okay.
becomes 007. That said, I don't think it's going to directly connect to any of the Bond movies. I think they're going to just try to be like, no, this is video game Bond universe, its own thing, so we don't have to worry about contradicting anything. But Bond canon is a little bit strange that way, anyway. So it's not one that can be very easily tracked for consistency by lore over all the movies that have come out. I think the Daniel Craig movies have very clearly not existed in the same universe as, say, the Pierce Brosnan movies, and that's just made confusing by the fact that M is Judi Dench in both universes. So they do things like kind of like the DC movies do, where it's like, oh yeah, these things are still in this universe, even though they were in the Snyder movies, but this stuff isn't, and yeah, it's all kind of messy. So I think that the easiest way to look at the Bond game, and probably the easiest thing for them to do, is just it's only canon to itself, and I don't imagine there's going to be too much. Oh well, this isn't accurate to Bond because blank, because it's like, well, this is its own Bond movie. Now, if they do things where it's like this is just you're making this person a totally different character, this just isn't James Bond. Like there's some arguments to be made against it there, if there is. But I think yeah, the specifics, I think they've got some wiggle room with, by just making it its own not own movie, own game. But yeah, I
Hmm.
think that I'm iffy on whether or not the game's actually going to end up being good. I hope it is. I'm not thinking that it is going to be, though. Like, my instinct is that it's probably going to be a pretty generic action game that might have an okay story, but it might end up being dumb. So we'll
Nah.
see. However, I was going to say the other Bond thing that came out that I did quite enjoy revolving around this game is Lana Del Rey's song. I think it's a pretty good Bond song, and it also showed the intro sequence, so like the full kind of opening credits, which I didn't watch because I think that would be a better thing to see in context of the game. But I do like the First Light song by Lana Del Rey. Apparently, she was supposed to do the song for like another one of the Bond movies, and then they eventually like decided to not use her at the last minute. I saw some like interview with her where she was talking about that. But hey, there you go. Lana Del Rey finally got her Bond song.
Yay. I still need to listen to
Other
it.
than that, though, I don't think there's any other news in as far as James Bond goes.
Yes. Well, I'll go on my Bond arc eventually with the movies, and then I'll have all the context in the world. But that's probably not gonna be this year. I'm still behind on my MCU rewatch. I still haven't started Phase 2. It's just too much shit going on, man. I don't know what to do. All the things.
We've got till December, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
for
I can.
that one.
I'm probably gonna watch like 2 or 3 next week while I do some
James
steps or
Bond
whatever.
Jr. reference. James Bond Jr. was a cartoon show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then something that came out not too long ago was Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. So
Yeah.
I'm aware that this game is very much beloved for a lot of people, like the best pirate game out there in general, from what I understand. So I have like no fucking history with Assassin's Creed whatsoever. I played the first one uh, a while after it came out, and I don't know, it didn't really grab me. I wasn't really super into it, so I never really went back to those games. Even though I probably have all of them on Steam because I got them in sales, because like I want to play those eventually. Um, So yeah, I don't know. This one specifically is always recommended to me because of the whole pirates stuff and having a ship going around being all yar hard. And yeah, they fully remade this game from the ground. It's like a proper remake of it. And from what I've seen in this game overview trailer that's running in the background here, I don't know, looks kind of nice. Looks good visually. Seems to be fun to play, especially like the ship stuff. That seems like a good thing to, I guess, overhaul, make it a bit more modern, make it feel a bit more, fluid, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because just now Windrose came out and people have been praising that for all the pirate shenanigans you can do with that. And I've seen a bunch of people play this because a lot of my friends picked that up, but I didn't really feel like playing another survival crafting thing, even if it is pirate themed.
Oh, Windrose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that too. And I'm just not a survival crafting guy, just in general. I've never really been able to get into one.
No, I don't mean more bothered in a sense of for today's audiences, like modernize the technicalities of the game.
Yeah, the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, yeah.
That said, that was the big thing that was worrying me about this, which I guess I'll get to. Unless Metal, did you have more to preamble about it?
No, maybe this will be the time I finally play this and I just jump into the remake, or maybe I don't know, depending on when it comes out. Maybe I can do like a double fleam on it, play the original and then the remake when it comes out or something. I don't know. We'll see what's
I think
going
it's
on.
July something, July 9th, or I remember it being around that
Oh,
time.
like this year? Well, then that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen. There's no way.
Yeah, well. Yeah, so I think I'm definitely someone who is not presently a fan of Assassin's Creed, but I did play the living hell out of the Assassin's Creed games from when they launched up until the end of Unity. I got to the ending of Unity and then was just supremely upset by what they were doing with the story in that. Now, I guess this will be a fair amount of backstory, but Assassin's Creed 3 dropped the ball on the consistent game to game story in a pretty big way by just essentially jettisoning the arc that they had going with the character you play as in the modern segments, Desmond. They just like totally scuttled his stories, killed him off, and then for Black Flag, it seemed like they didn't really know what they were going to do with the modern day stuff. So I don't. I've heard initially that Resynced wasn't going to have the modern gameplay segments, which would be better if you ask me, because you essentially played as a Ubisoft developer, or like it
Hmm.
wasn't Ubisoft, but it's kind of essentially supposed to be, and you're making a Animus VR experience thing, and like so essentially you're a game tester, and that's why you're going into the story of Edward Kenway, because I guess for the basics for Assassin's Creed, it deals with this concept of genetic memory, where if they have a blood sample of someone, they can go into the memories of their ancestors and then relive history and use that to gain insight into where these sci-fi artifacts are being held. And the reason Unity pissed me off is because you get to the end of that game and you find out that the place where you thought the artifact that you were looking for the entire time, it just wasn't there. So it's like, oh, looks like it wasn't there all along. Okay, cool. Well, at least we learned some stuff about this Arno character. And I'm like, oh, so it was all nothing. That, and yeah, I'm just like, okay. So even with the one that they're like, yeah, now we're gonna have this get back on track, they still were like, well, nothing in this treasure chest. I guess we'll figure something out for the
Your
next one.
artifact is in another castle.
Yeah, essentially. So from there, I was kind of just out on any narrative investment in the overall Assassin's Creed storyline. But the Black Flag was an interesting way to pick up from Assassin's Creed 3's, like, hey, we just killed off the main character and now we don't even know what we're doing. Because the historical part that you play as was this interesting pirate adventure, which had the first time Ubisoft did their like ship combat that they tried to do a true quadruple A multiplayer game and Skull and Bones with, but or I mean it wasn't the first one because I guess technically it was in Assassin's Creed 3. They just expanded it a lot. But the biggest thing they did with the ship was made it so that the Ubisoft open world checklist, instead of just being one city, was the ocean with a whole bunch of islands and a few smaller I guess settlement type cities in like Jamaica and Nassau that you go to, but the majority of the time you spend was out on the water listening to your crew sing sea shanties and trying to find secret islands, and it was pretty good. There was a lot to Black Flag, as far as its general gameplay went, until you had to go to the first person modes where you're playing as a Ubisoft developer. Where I was very concerned about this remake is when it was first not announced but kind of teased about a year ago. They were talking about switching it to the new, more modern Assassin's Creed combat, where it's all looter shooter ish and like stat based on like what your level is and what your weapon level is, and having legendary tier gear and things like that. And I have hated that about, really, from Origins forward. It's the reason I like Origins was the last one I played and I didn't even finish it, because I was bothered by an assassin game where if I jumped off a building and used my hidden blade to stab someone in the neck, they
Mhm.
wouldn't die because I'm level 20 and they're level 30. And
Uh,
I'm just like, fuck this. This is so dumb. This doesn't work for this at all. But the last few have been, I guess, moderately successful for them. So, like, they kept on kind of running with that up until, I believe, Shadows, which was the most recent one that I did not play. I didn't play Valhalla, and I think I might have played like the intro of Odyssey, but then I was like, no, it's like, because people were telling me, oh, Odyssey's way better than Origins. You should play Odyssey, and I didn't even want to. However, it seems like they've abandoned that, and while they've changed the combat a little bit, they're still doing things like kill chains, which is a staple of the Assassin's Creed games prior to Origins, where levels don't matter at all. It's just if you killed a person and then are able to hit the attack button with a direction towards a character that's close enough, you can like chain it to another kill, and that's been around for quite a while in Assassin's Creed. And okay, so Swolpool says modern AC is piss witcher and kill chains is also shit. Well, I mean, kill chains were like, that's the older Assassin's Creed combat, and so I'm happy that they kept that there, because especially the kill chains were one of the things that made it when you board an enemy ship to try to pirate it. It was pretty neat to be able to get on the deck and just kill like 10 people in a row with a neat sort of kill chain thing. And I prefer that to, oh well, but the first mate, he's a level 30, so if you're level 25, it means you're going to be doing chip damage with the sword, and well, I don't know. At least in the trailer, it seemed like there was no blood, which I think is odd, and I hope is just for the trailer. But yeah, I think removing blood from Assassin's Creed is dumb. That said, I'm more interested in it after seeing the things that they're doing to improve it, like adding crouching to stealth, which I think is something that they've needed since at least Assassin's Creed 3, and they didn't implement until Unity. So they playing Black Flag now, probably the thing that is most lame about it is if you're on an island and you're trying to do stealth stuff, you would only auto crouch in the sort of cringe stealth game, well, like waist high grass. You would get to it and auto crouch. But then if there was a patch of waist high grass, enemies around, and another patch that you wanted to get to, if you jumped up and if you went to run between the two, you would stand up and then run and then not crouch again until you get to the other grass. So that, I think, is a modern gameplay touch that might be kind of nice.
mm.
And yeah, I think I'll see how it goes. I don't really like using the Ubisoft Connect launcher thing, so I don't know if I would buy this game day one or anything like that, but I would be intrigued to see how it turns out ultimately. There was some arguments going on about the lighting that may or may not have been affected by the day night cycle that they're doing and the real time weather effects. But I guess those are the kind of things that we'll have to see how they pan out in the final game. There's also a lot of people saying, yeah, this is Ubisoft. Ubisoft is back. They're like finally doing what people want. And I'm like, I don't
Give you
necessarily know if
give you an
remaking
old
a
game
game,
remade.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
cool. Thanks.
I don't know if polishing up a game that like isn't even that old, really. Like, it was like 2014, I think, that it came out. So 12 years, it's not a whole lot. I mean, this game was on PlayStation 4, so I mean, I don't necessarily think it needs a full-blown remake. I think that they would have been better off by being like, yeah, we're gonna do another pirate Assassin's Creed game, and we're gonna actually have like good writing and make the story interesting. Or hey, Ubisoft, maybe make something that isn't Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. Or it's like,
No.
but yeah, I think that Ubisoft is in a bit of a weird spot right now, and I think that anyone saying, "Oh, they're so back, this is going to be peak fire," is like that's maybe giving it a bit too much credit. It might be an okay little update to a game that was good, but I don't know. I still don't really trust Ubisoft.
Oh,
They are adding a couple new characters too, so
they're gonna
if anyone,
just.
I guess.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you
I
finish.
said if anyone was concerned about them throwing modern Ubisoft writing in and saying that that's safe from this because it's just an old game that already exists, there's like 3 new quest lines and new characters. So yeah, no, they might end up making that part shitty, or they might have learned their lesson and hired writers that are actually good. But yeah,
They will
I don't know.
also take full price for it from you. I guarantee it. I'd be surprised
Yeah,
if not, because they
yeah.
remake it.
And I would say do not pay full price for this unless you're chomping at the bit to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag again. Wait on it, get it on a sale if you want to get it at all, or if you don't want to use the Ubisoft Connect, wait till someone's cracked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess yeah, that's Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. I'm
Sure is.
slightly more optimistic on it than I was when I thought it was going to do the RPG stat-based combat, but I don't know. I still am not like I'm not thrilled about this being the current state of Ubisoft. I think they need to do a lot of work in order to be a functional game publisher again.
Yeah. Actually, let me check. It's probably already on Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Pre-purchase now. $60 reduce. Yep, there it is on Steam. And 70 for the deluxe edition. Wow, as a pre-order bonus, you get a crimson costume, a crimson sword, and a crimson pistol. Wow.
Wow, amazing. You get red stuff. It's red.
You also get for the deluxe edition, you get a Master Assassin naval pack, which seems to be a ship skin or ship, a kitty for your ship, and some other shit that I don't know what it is. And grants unique perks in your deluxe edition. Ooh.
What are the prices? Or like, is the Steam page up? Actually,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can
look.
pre-purchase it. That's where I get those from right now.
Oh God, how much is it?
I just said it's 60 for the game and 70 for the
Ah,
deluxe edition.
sorry, I didn't catch that part. 79.99 Canadian.
Yeah.
Which, not full price. I think this is actually what Pragmata costs, though. Which I guess, yeah, there's a plus for Pragmata. They didn't go with the $70 price point. They went with the 60
Mm.
USD.
Oh, yeah, there you have it.
Um,
Smash and Smeed. Refer annoyed me that the Prince
the
of Persia
original
game
Black
was
Flag is
just
still
good because
50.
the higher ups at Ubisoft didn't care about the game, so the devs couldn't make a good game. Oh yeah, Prince of Persia exists. That's like a dead franchise, pretty much, right?
Well, they were doing that remake of Sands of Time
Ah,
that apparently didn't pan out.
I remember playing those games back in the day, the 3D ones. I don't remember a lot about them, but I remember playing them.
90 Canadian when you count tax. Yeah, I just looked at it and said the original Black Flag is 49.99. Like they didn't put that on sale in
That's
anticipation of
insane.
the new one, which is dumb. Like especially because like looking at it, it seems like a couple of the other Assassin's Creed games, like the older ones, are on sale right now. So on Steam, Assassin's Creed 1 is $5 Canadian. You can get that
Yeah.
pretty cheap.
Well, they probably don't put this on sale so
75%
people
off.
don't buy the old one.
Well, but I mean, you would think though that with this being announced, lots of people might buy the old one, be like, "Oh man, this game is really good. I do want to play this remake if it's like, cheap-ish." But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Another game I still need to check out, but I haven't gotten around it, is the new Vampire Survivor game. We got Vampire Crawlers. They made a new game that just came out. Oh god, that was music from the game. Sorry.
Yeah, here you get a discount on it if you own Vampire Survivors too.
Yeah. It's they pretty much put it in a bundle and you get 10% off if you already have Vampire Survivors, and which means you pay $9 instead of 10. So not a big investment one way or another.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it. I played the demo. I liked it, and yeah, they made this well, as the name suggests, a dungeon crawler out of
Dungeon.
it, with a bunch of the same art style, but in like a little 3D environment. It's yeah, I'll check it out. Zero Chance Against Slay the Spire 2. Well, funny enough, they put those in a bundle as well. Vampire Crawlers X Slay the Spire 2 bundle for 29.68.
I didn't play the original Slay the Spire. I've heard it was good though.
It's pretty good, yeah. I like it a bunch. So yeah, that's just another thing I'm gonna check out. That's probably gonna be a time sink in the future for me, for a low cost. Because I played the
Yeah.
fuck out of Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, Vampire Survivors is one of those games that is very easy to just start playing, think you're
Yep.
gonna only play it for a little bit, and then end up burning like 6 hours.
It's very much a just one more round kind of game,
Yeah.
and then you get a god run, and you just keep going. But yeah, it's good stuff for sure. Well, we got some movie trailers going on. If you don't have a preference, Mark, I'll just go from whatever is open on my tab here right now,
Dealer's choice. Go for it.
from left to
Surprise.
right. Well, I
I'm
guess we're
fairly
just
certain I
gonna
watched all of the ones you mentioned. So
good, good. Well, the first one here in my tab is Clayface, which is a teaser more than a trailer, but I don't know, counts the same for me if you ask me.
probably shows me all I want to know about the movie, though. Like, I think one of the big problems with trailers for movies, especially, I find, is that they show so much of the movie that I kind of feel like nothing is gonna actually be engaging and surprising when I'm watching it. So, yeah, Clayface, I actually don't even think I want to see any more from this movie than this because
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool.
there seems to be a bit horror-ish going on here. 'Cause, what we have is, and you can see it in the background here. Wait, can you loop on YouTube? I didn't download them. I think there was a loop button. I forgot what it is. Chat, if you know what the loop button on YouTube is, let me know. Thank you. Uh, we just see him lying in the bed, and he's all fucked up. It seems got like wounds and everything going on. And yeah, obviously it's DC Studios. I should have pointed that out. And I know of Clayface in the DC universe, but he's in the iterations I've seen, he was just more a big clay monster, really, not really a human or anything. But here it seems he is still human and gets some serum or something, and that turns him to a clay man or something along those lines. And there seems to be a whole lot of things suggesting that we're doing getting used to whatever happened to him, maybe get some revenge. There's some shots there that implied some killing, and him just trying to get to grasp with the situation. I think that's what we're going for, pretty much, from what I understand here. And yeah, could be neat. Could be neat. As Marc already pointed out, this is not one of those trailers where you already know exactly what is going on. It's kind of makes you wonder if the teasers should be the only thing you should watch these days, because they don't just show you everything immediately. Yeah. Kind of interesting to see if this is going to be. I mean, I assume it's going to be in the Superman universe as well, like the new DC universe, right?
I heard that it was originally supposed to be in the Matt Reeves Batman universe, but they've moved it to just the DCU.
Okay.
Quickly check the message there too, because I have a feeling that might be relevant to this movie if we do want to address it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that this looks good. It looks like a pretty interesting movie that, aside from being a comic book like DC character movie, at least the tone they give seems to be a pretty solid monster like body horror movie. it existing in the modern DC universe, like the Superman universe, almost seems fucked up. So I don't know if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is necessarily what the way to go with this one. I think if anything, they should maybe not done anything with
Yeah.
it at all.
Also, hang on, you might have to click the button. I'm adding Brooks to the call.
Oh, sure.
There we go. I hope this didn't ruin the thing. Okay, there we go.
Hello. He did say he could join in 5, so he might still need a bit, but at least
Oh,
now
okay.
we
Well,
have.
he's in the group now.
Cool. But yeah, like, as I was saying though, that like I almost think that they should have possibly been a little bit nebulous and not tried to tie this into a universe the way like Joker isn't, or I mean like let's not address Joker 2, but like the Joker movie wasn't specifically tied to either the Snyderverse or the Matt Reeves Batman universe. It was just kind of its own thing. And I guess if they wanted to, they probably could have found a way to tie it into the Matt Reeves Batman had they, done some different things with the second Joker movie.
Whoops.
But like I guess I don't know. It's just the tone of this movie I can't see working with the James Gunn Superman super silly universe.
Yeah,
right?
that's kind of where I was going with that. Because yeah, the Batman one that feels much more in line with what we see here, like a much more serious tone. While the Superman, there was a lot more whimsicalness. Is that a word you can say?
Whimsy would be the
Yeah,
that
just whimsy.
tense,
Yeah, true. While this just screams being more horrific in a way.
Yeah, and I think that like it'll be neat to see how they approach it. Like if they're gonna try to make him be a protagonist going up against a person that is worse, or if it is gonna be more like, no, this is a bad thing that happens to a person that was already crazy, and we see him do more crazy stuff. As with most adaptations of any comic book character, I don't think you can necessarily go to the comic books and then say exactly how it's going to go down because they often will end up changing things quite a bit. But I sort of hope that this is just a good body horror movie that I can disconnect from Superman.
Oh.
I hear myself through your speakers, Brooks.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, my voice is incredible, but
say something.
Right.
We can't hear you.
Well, I didn't hear myself echo, so I guess at least that much is sorted out. But
It is.
Whenever Brooks gets here and can return this greeting, welcome, Brooks.
Hello.
Yeah, apparently Mike Flanagan's producing this, so
Okay.
he's made some good horror stuff in the past. I believe he also produced Chris Stuckman's movie, so
He did.
is what it is. Production credit might not mean all that
Get
much.
Stuckmanized.
But of the trailers we watched, I'd say this is the one that I actually feel like I am going to want to go see in the theaters, which, it's not something I say too often about comic book movies. So,
Not anymore.
Hello.
All right, now we can hear Brooks and not hear ourselves.
Hello. No, sorry, I forgot I was listening to the podcast. I have to put in my headphones.
That's all good.
Yeah. On the same page. How are you gonna make this movie, based on what we've seen, blend with the cringe and the childishness of Superman?
Yeah,
it's just strange. Even the MCU had the freedom to do whatever they wanted, but they didn't. They managed to maintain a certain tone throughout all of the movies. Like, as wacky as the Galaxy was, there wasn't anything that was like super dark to contrast it. So they all worked together in Infinity War. I have no idea how these two movies are even going to coexist.
It's going to be weird.
It's strange.
Honestly, I think the best thing they can do is just not coexist. Like, if Superman shows up in this movie, or if like, as much as I love him, even if we have like, oh god, why am I forgetting the name? Mal from Firefly. Jesus, Nathan Fillion shows up. As much as I love the guy, I think that will really fuck with what the tone of this movie is.
Yeah, it's correct.
Or they use this as just introducing whoever the Batman for DCU is going to be. It's like, well, okay, maybe, but how is that guy then going to interact with the Lex Luthor who can create black hole dimensions?
Exactly. Like, making Punisher and Daredevil work like that takes talent, but they still have way more things to tie them together. With this, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's just such a strange attempt. And you notice with the if you compare the Batman to Superman, Superman was damaged by the amount of people they were trying to introduce. It was kind of like Mandalorian season 2, where there's no room for Mando's story because we have to introduce Boba Fett and all this other bullshit. Where the Batman managed to introduce just as many characters without damaging like the introduction to the Batman. Like we still got a nice bit of Penguin, we got a nice bit of Catwoman. I don't know. There's a way to do it, and this doesn't seem like it.
Hybrhythm there says there's a reason it's a Batman villain and not a Supes bad guy, and that might be true, but with this not being in the Reeves universe, like Matt Reeves universe, like Robert Pattinson Batman universe, and instead being the currently only movie existing DC universe that's, I guess, Superman, Supergirl, and the Peacemaker series. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's
I don't
still
know.
canon, right? They kept that canon.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
that
God.
makes it all
The
more
fuck,
insane.
dude.
Just throw a bunch of jerk off like sex and blowjob. All I've heard about that show is sex, and politics.
I thought the first season was pretty good. I heard season 2 was so bad that it dissuaded me from watching it, but I didn't mind the first season of Peacemaker. Granted, it was in an era where we were kind of like between the Snyder universe and anything that had happened here, and it was just a follow-up to what I thought was a pretty good Suicide Squad movie, the one that James Gunn made.
That one was good. I enjoyed that, and Peacemaker was fun in that. And John Cena's talented. He's got the type of charisma that really transfers to the big screen. And I think Peacemaker is like a perfect character for him. So it was cool hearing that he got a show, but again, in isolation, that might be a little bit more interesting. But the fact that it's connected to this, it hurts your brain to even think about it, because they should know how we're gonna view this based on the cinematic universe we just went through with the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're sitting here wondering, okay, how are you gonna tie this all together? Because it's not just as simple as watching movies anymore. So even though Clayface looks interesting, you can't help but wonder, okay, what are they gonna do with this character? How are they gonna blend him in with that cringe harem rape everybody Superman that I just saw?
Which is why I just hope they didn't do a bunch of reshoots to try to squeeze this into the DC the James Gunn DC universe, and end up like making the last 5 minutes of the movie being nothing but jokes and cameos. Like I do hope they just kind of let this movie stand on its own, and if they want to use Clayface as a Batman villain when they eventually get to Batman, fine. But like my hope is that this movie will just be sort of self-contained and a decent standalone viewing experience. And then if they want to shove it into, I don't know, a greater cinematic universe after that, they can end up, I guess, retroactively doing some damage to it. But the same way Joker 2 severely damaged the first movie, I don't think that makes the first Joker movie any worse to just watch on its own, if you just kind of pretend, okay, this is the beginning and the end.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing you have to do. Like Joker 2 doesn't exist to me. I can still go watch Joker 1, no problem. I've never seen Joker 2, never will. It's it's just not happening.
It's a vile movie, that one.
Yeah, I've never heard a single good thing about it. It's not gonna happen.
Horrible. It's horrific.
Mean-spirited. It's like...
I was gonna ask, because what you mentioned there is in terms of developing him and then bringing him with the Batman movie. Do we have an example of any other villain that was fully developed in another movie and then implemented into the series? Because most of them, like Thanos, all the ones you could think of, were slowly dripped in. They didn't actually have their own story to be developed in. So I'm not sure how. Like, I don't know. We just don't have it. We don't have an example of that in the good superhero era. So I'm not sure how they're gonna do it in the crappy one that we're in now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we're in kind of a new era in which a villain can just get their own movie too, right? Or TV show in Penguin's case. That didn't used to be. There's not a lot of historical examples of that prior to Joker. And Joker, like, again, like, I'm remove Foliagia from the conversation. And even with it in it, that Joaquin Phoenix Joker never ended up in a Batman movie.
Exactly, that's my point. So the Joker that we got in The Dark Knight was developed in The Dark Knight, and the Joker we got with Joaquin Phoenix hasn't been implemented in anything. So we actually haven't seen an example of what you mentioned they could be attempted with Clayface. So it'd be interesting to see if they can pull this off. The best chance we have would be the Penguin, because that show was like a miracle. I can't believe
even that existed after Penguin was already in the
exactly. Yeah. Even that has an asterisk on it. So
So I mean, I think Sophia Falcone would be the one that if she plays a big role in the next Batman movie, then that would be the example.
boom, that's you nailed it.
But
That would probably be the best one because
Nice.
she
Yeah.
was phenomenal in that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loved her. Her performance, her character, even that story, the background of her in the hospital and whatnot. They made every part of that show work. So good.
yeah.
Really good.
But yeah, so I guess like that would be probably Penguin. I think would actually be a pretty good example of we had the Matt Reeves Batman movie that had some positive qualities, but ultimately also a lot of problems as well. And I don't necessarily think that you need to look at Penguin in the context of the Batman in order to enjoy Penguin. In fact, if anything, I think the Penguin show works better if you have not seen the Batman.
I
Because you have fewer questions about things like the flood and how the mechanics of it would work.
Yeah, you'd have a couple more questions here and there, but there would also be more hype because I like that the Penguin kept separate from the Batman the whole show until the very end. Because once he's fully established as a character, they do the bat signal at the end of the show, and you're like, "Oh shit!" You kind of remember that this is tying in together. That's the way you got to do it. I don't need to see Batman throughout the show. Like, don't even think about him. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're going to be doing anything with Penguin or the Batman because look how long we've been waiting now. So
Yeah, it's been ages, man.
Well, I mean, every so often they'll keep saying, "Okay, yeah, Matt Reeves has finished his Batman Part 2 script," and then a year goes by and you don't hear anything about
Yeah.
it. So
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
we'll have to wait and see on that. But I like to bring it back to Clayface. I think it's possible that this could be a good movie. I think the biggest thing that I think could hurt it is just if the movie ends up not being good, which despite having a strong trailer is a possibility, right?
Mm.
But B, if they try to do too many connections to the current DC universe, that will mess with its tone. I think that could probably be the biggest thing to hurt it. But yeah, I don't know. I think that superhero movies in general, quite a while ago, and especially with the DC universe kind of rebooting, the best thing they could have done is what they didn't do, which is just focus on standalone movies that are just good to watch
Yes,
on their own.
please.
And if you find a way to intelligently link them together in a way that makes the whole experience of watching multiple films more rewarding, awesome. But if you don't, you're still left with good movies, good standalone movies.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something the superhero movie machine has moved away from. And yeah, who knows if it'll ever get back there.
It's like they forgot that's how we started. Before the whole MCU, we had so many
Just like
individual
movies.
movies. Yeah, just movies. If you could make a trilogy, damn, wow, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Nobody expected the cinematic universe. What Marvel pulled off, especially in the good phases, was incredible. And expecting to just replicate that every single time you make a movie, like James Gunn's an idiot. Starting off with Superman and go like,
Yeah.
it's so stupid.
I mean, I've just recently rewatched the first phase of the MCU. Those were like real movies. Not all of them were.
Yes.
Not all of them were really strong, but they all had like a through line, and also just the
Exactly.
movies themselves. Like, oh, those are heroes doing hero things. I understand this. This is
They understood the fundamentals of the genre. Like just certain aspects need to be done.
And then you
even
put them all together in the Avengers, which holy shit, that movie was so much better than I remembered.
And
First
banger.
Avengers is really fucking good.
First Avengers is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's got some of the best jokes. It's got some of the best dialogue. It's the best Black Widow movie. It's the best Hulk movie. Loki is fucking amazing.
Yep.
Nick Fury's lines are fantastic.
Yep.
Everything about that movie
It's
works.
really
and
good.
It's
I was
so fucking
shocked.
good.
Because I haven't
Yeah,
seen it
it's shockingly
since
good.
it came out, and it was like, God damn, why haven't I seen this in so long? This is good.
It's funny that you say that, Metal. My experience with the Avengers was weird, or the MCU is different than a lot of people. Just real quick. I watched Iron Man, thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't like Cap. I didn't like Thor. I thought they were kind of slapped together. And then I was blown away by the Avengers to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's over. It's all over here. I don't need to watch any of these. There's no way they're gonna top that.
Yeah.
So I literally ignored the entire MCU. Didn't watch. I remember seeing the poster for Civil War and thinking, how the fuck how far have they fallen? Where Iron Man and Captain America are fighting each other. They must be desperate. Ha 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 ha! Like a fucking idiot, not knowing that that's like the greatest.
Yeah,
MCU
Civil
movie
War
ever
is so
fucking
good.
made. Yeah. I didn't get back into it until the Black Panther hype because I'm like, what do you mean Black Panther's the best MCU movie ever made? Because I was looking at all these lists and I watched it and it was shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I went and I watched Mahler's video, saw a clip of Black Panther. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And that's how I actually watched Civil War. And
Yeah.
I ended up watching and going back from all there because I'm like, this is fucking. What is going on here? How is this crappy movie with these morons being praised when there's so many other good movies that I just slept on? So
Yeah.
everyone has their own journey with the MCU, but like
That's
I
funny, yeah.
came late. But yeah, I just wish we can get back to form because when's the last time you felt something in these movies? Infinity War?
You mean besides anger?
Yeah, pretty much. Anger and disgust. And yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean,
But yeah.
Endgame did have a lot of crowd pleasing, but yeah, the mechanics of that really fall apart and do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Also
as
had a lot of
Springy-
pain and poison,
Mm.
character assassination and
That's
destruction.
the thing, right? And
Yeah.
like, I think it's one of those things that on a first viewing, I found Endgame very enjoyable, but it's when you start actually looking at what it does to the characters and the story. Even Steve Rogers, like, you
Ugh,
get that maybe first time you
disgusting.
watch it, it's like, oh, cool, he got a happy ending, but then you're like, wait a minute, does that mean he
Yeah,
was
that means this, that means that, that
Yeah.
means so many different things that you had to. I agree with Fringy. Black Widow had a good story. That's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Like maybe
Oh,
maybe Iron Man. Iron Man had a good,
in
you know,
Endgame?
the
I
Superman
thought you meant the
payoff.
Black Widow movie. I was like,
Are you
okay.
smoking rocks?
Why do you
That
think I was
movie destroyed her. That movie just slam dunked her whole character.
Well, Brooks, there was a reason
yeah.
why I was stunned by your comment. Black Widow had a good story until I realized.
Yeah, I got you. Dracoff. Yeah, no, she's number 2. She's the second most wasted MCU character to me right before Wanda. What they did to those two is like just criminal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh,
God.
I guess
Like,
it would just.
Multiverse of Madness even destroyed Sam Raimi for me. Even like,
Yeah, he damaged him.
I watched his new movie a few weeks ago too, Send Help, and there's some things about it that are kind of interesting and engaging, but then like even the times that it goes and tries to like be like, hey, remember this is Sam Raimi directing this, it's just fucking Rachel McAdams fighting a CGI boar, and it's just, I don't know.
I don't
Like,
think anyone's name should be able to trump like, oh, it's Sam Raimi, oh, it's Nolan. It's like, no, they still have to produce a good film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody can make shit, you know.
Absolutely.
I've seen Interstellar. Okay, like I love Nolan, but he made Interstellar as well. It's some other crap. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess like
Interstellar.
our point is though the expansiveness of a cinematic universe and what that entails could end up hurting the Clayface film quite a bit.
It might do.
Although I did watch The Wire recently, and I got to say it was pretty interesting seeing Killmonger as like a 15-year-old drug dealer.
Even in Chronicle, when you see him in Chronicle, he's the black kid in Chronicle, and it's so
See,
weird
that-
seeing him like a young man.
He looks like he does now, though, or like he looks like an adult in Chronicle. Like, granted,
Oh,
he's
Wire, he's a kid. Yeah, he's a little
The
kid.
Wire, he's like a little kid, and
Yeah.
that movie is just like, sorry, that show is just, it's got 2 black actors of each category that are kind of interesting. 2 of whom are now the most popular black actors who work today. It's got Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba. And then 2 really, really great black actors who are now dead, and Lance Reddick and Michael K. Williams. Yeah, and rest in peace to both those 2, because man, they're really good in The Wire.
Yeah, that and The Sopranos I eventually have to go back to. No, watch for sure.
Well, while we are on the DC, we got another DC thingy that came out like 3 weeks ago. Supergirl. Aren't we excited for Supergirl? Good God Almighty.
And this, more so even than the Superman trailer, this really looked like a trailer for a Guardians of the Galaxy movie as far as like
Yeah.
the tone, everything went.
I mean, when she was like introduced in that Superman movie and the way she's like just, I don't know, bratty teen Supergirl, I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't care for that at all.
Because we just, you know, right away what it's gonna be. I've seen it before so many times.
Yeah. So from the trailer, you can be like, oh, she's looking for somewhere to be in this world and has no friends except the dog. And then somehow some guy shoots the dog with, I don't know, fucking kryptonite or something because he only has 3 days to live. And
It's something
she
that they
needs to
need an
go-
antidote for, so I guess
Yeah.
like bothered me by immediately poisoning the puppy, gotta say.
Yeah, and this is the whole connection we have to build up. They probably give us a couple of scenes like, look, I grew up with the dog, and now the dog got shot by space aids or something, and that's very sad. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Shouldn't this be like a thing that happens after we got like 2 movies with Supergirl and the dog doing like adventures or something.
Earn it.
I'm just getting sick of this. See, you like puppies, right? It's like, yeah. Do you like
Yes,
puppies
I do.
being hurt and poisoned? Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they never remember. Think of the I Am Legends trailer. They presented the trailer for the movie and the story that you're gonna see. They didn't guilt trip you with the dog. They
Yeah.
actually earned that story and all the things that they went through together in that movie. Like, that was like, that's how you do it. But now it's like they're appealing to the most simple of simpletons. You know, like, oh, the puppy. You want to see it just for that because there's no story that they have to actually advertise here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, what we saw with this character in the introduction of Superman is pretty much what we're gonna get here. I don't think I don't think they're gonna expand upon that in any way. But there's no reason not to be cynical when after you've seen Superman. Like, he made fucking Superman's the harem scene.
Yeah.
The way my jaw dropped when I heard that. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's over.
Yeah.
It's
It's
all over. This
wild.
movie's over. This series is over. The whole James Gunn experiment is over right in that moment. The harem scene. I don't know what he was
Well, I
thinking.
mean, I hope that this movie at least wakes some people up to that, because I will still encounter people who are just like, yeah, well, you guys say Superman's bad, so obviously your
Because it
opinion's
is.
worth nothing.
It was
Well, that's
shit.
the thing. It's like,
It was
you-
shit. It wasn't even like
That's the thing. It blows my mind, and I always want to gotta remember that I need to not spurg out on Twitter and just be like, how the fuck did you think that movie was good?
Yeah.
oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It just
Maybe for people who and bless their hearts haven't seen the Superman movie, the way she's introduced is like, yeah, I'm basically just on a 24/7 bender across the universe and get drunk on space drugs or space alcohol, and then Clark is like, hey, you're shit, do something better with your life, and then she grabs the dog and leaves because he's just looking out for the dog. And I guess this is where we catch up on her going around doing her things. Apparently she has a spaceship, which I know seems weird. I don't think you need that when you're like a Kryptonian, because you can just go to space and be fast.
Well, I mean,
right?
Superman, at least in a lot of comics in the animated series, does need at least a space suit for certain areas of space.
Okay.
Because he can't just survive in all, I guess what would be the word for it, interstellar environments.
Mhm.
What how do you say in space? I don't know. He can't exist in all galactic areas, I guess. I'm definitely not using the term right, and I'm sure there's a better one. It's not coming to me right now. But I guess the different types of sun radiation affect the Kryptonians in different ways. So and it's not just the vacuum of space, because they can be in the vacuum, but you'll see episodes of Superman the animated series where if he's going somewhere very far away from Earth, he will be in a suit. And yeah, so I guess I understand that to a degree, but I think the bigger thing is that nothing in this movie really seemed to be anything other than just, let's do Guardians of the Galaxy type stuff, except it's in Rhaenyra as Supergirl.
It's Girl Guardian of the Galaxy, but there's one character that we're not really interested in, rather than 4 new characters that we're being introduced to for the first time.
Yeah,
Because at least with Guardians, everyone is like, oh, this is weird. But it's not like we had some crappy introduction of one of the characters we're going to get that we didn't even like to just kind of ruin it.
Yeah, because
at least they had a blank slate.
The team
guess
seems
they
to
got
be right
Jason.
now is this one girl with a sword. I have no clue who that is. I've never seen her before. I don't know if she's a completely new one or some, I don't know, weird comic book character that people know and I just don't. I don't know.
Didn't ring a bell to me. I mean, I know who Jason Momoa's character is,
That's
Lobo,
Lobo,
and there's
yeah.
been but even before he was cast as Aquaman, there was a big thing that he should play Lobo. So they finally, I guess, did the fan casting. I don't know how much he's going to be in the movie. It might be he's in 2 scenes and that's it, or he might be, a foil for the movie.
He's gonna
Seems like
show
that
up, be like, yeah, just do the Jason Momoa thing, and he's gonna.
Mm,
That's usually what they do with him.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to be fine. Lobo is the kind of character that I think he can play quite well, but I don't know. I guess it might there's a strong possibility it might just be general cynicism for modern slop comic movies, and this movie might end up being incredible. But I have a feeling this is just going to be another slop comic movie that has nothing to it except for some pop songs that are played because everyone is Star-Lord now. and and yeah,
Yeah, pop
Guardians-
songs during the fight scenes and stupid
Mhm.
quips. That's all I'm expecting.
yeah. But
Yeah,
hey,
there's gonna be something about her like
surprise.
family. That her family was like innocent or something. I've seen that in chat. I didn't catch that in the trailer, but maybe I don't know. It's I have no hopes for this one. That's the long and short of it. She's good.
Yeah, I don't think any of
I'm
us
not even
do.
sure when she's gonna get the or why she's gonna put on the Supergirl outfit. I don't even know what this is. I don't know if that's significant for her in any way. I have no clue. Like,
And this sucks because like if a lot of people who are who want to support this actress after House of the Dragon, she did a really great job in season 1.
Yeah.
And this on paper is a pretty good career choice for her, but just it looks like crap.
yeah,
And you know her recent comments and everything like going together with the
What,
the
what
disdain
are
for
those-
James Gunn at this point.
what
No,
did she
her
say?
comments were basically, yeah, she said something like, "Oh, the typical shit, like, oh, you should be expected to be hated if you're a woman in this type of role, type of thing."
Okay.
You know, like the same exhausting story, but usually that means they have a shit movie coming out, so they have to go to that right off the bat, you know. And yeah, there's no reason to be excited for this, but she deserves better. She's a good actress, and I thought that you know.
Well,
I just don't know what the hell they're thinking making Supergirl right after Superman failed. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how is this gonna make any money?
I doubt they planned that in that order. They were probably shooting them at, if not the same time, then back to back before it came out. But I just think what thing's funny about that, especially saying is like the Marvels, is what's coming up as Muller's new video after the show, is Brie Larson got some, I guess, favorability amongst a lot of people when being interviewed for the Mario movie. She was like super upbeat and like supportive of the fandom of Nintendo and like just being like, yeah, no, like I'm happy to be playing this character. Like I've been a fan of this for a long time. I think it's going to be really great. And she's like,
Hmm.
She learned it too late. She learned the
Well,
game too late.
that's the thing though, right? But it's like if even like Brie Larson, who was the prototype of just entitled actress calling everybody terrible before her movie comes out, has learned, it's like, why is anyone going to that playbook? It's like you can earn so much goodwill by just not being a prick to the people who might come to watch your movie.
Yeah.
Brie Larson learned. Like, she could run an entire course on how not to be an asshole and destroy your career. Like, she knows exactly what she did wrong. There's people like Zegler, they're gonna take a little bit longer, you know? And you never know if they're being told to say these things as well. Like Ewan McGregor having to defend the Reva stuff when everyone was calling, like, they're saying, "Oh, you're making racist comments about Reva," when the show isn't even out, because we know exactly what she's gonna be. We predicted it to a T, and then it does exactly what it was. It was even worse. Like, no one can ever get, like, it's one of the just reference Reva when people give you shit for being cynical for something that hasn't come out yet, because sometimes you can just see the writing on the wall, and we know exactly what these people intend and how they
Yeah.
construct their stories. So
Yeah, I can see the writing on the wall, but then you open the door and you have to watch the
it's even worse. It's even worse. It's always worse.
Sad
Ugh.
times. Yeah.
Crap, I
Also,
didn't
just
think
just looking at the trailer, it just looks also fake again with all these superhero movies. They just, I don't know when they lost the sauce in making these movies not look fake. It's just, it's
And
probably like
have a story.
what's the that thing, the sound stage? Was it sound stage?
Green
volume.
screen?
Volume.
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 Referring
Yeah,
to-
yeah. I knew it was something
Yeah.
with like sound or something.
This trailer is just like, woo, the trailer. That's all I'm
Yeah.
seeing here. It's just like for people who just want like eye candy. And it just doesn't, we're adults, man. You got to earn this shit. I'm not going to get excited just because I see explosions on the screen.
Yeah.
Don't say that, because then people will be like, well, but this movie's obviously made for children. It's about space.
Why
with-
don't children deserve good
don't
stories?
start.
Don't even tilt me on that.
Yeah.
I
I
freaking hate
didn't
that
start.
shit.
I'm just saying that anytime you say we're adults when you're talking about a movie like this, it's immediately the thing that the people who don't want to engage with the conversation will go to.
I just
Yeah.
was discussing that in a video of just like Puss in Boots and Mario. Like, here's a story for kids that actually gives a fuck about its audience and tells you something that's meaningful. And here is empty slop that's like
Yep.
as meaningless as a screensaver. there's a difference, but they're apparently both for kids. I hate that mentality. I really do. I always have, always will.
Yeah.
Go watch
And this isn't made for kids. This girl's getting drunk and fucking sucking dicks in space and shit. Like, what the hell?
Dick sucking yet, I guess.
Yeah, that's going to be a great movie. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Well, we asked. Well, we are with the hero stuff. Let's pivot over to. Well, I guess this counts as the MCU, even though my brain didn't connect those two, but I guess that makes sense. We have a Punisher special thingy coming up. Movie special presentation thing. I say it like this because they call it a special presentation. I don't know what that means, but it's a special presentation.
I think it's made for TV movie, but because it's streaming, they think they can make it sound fancier than it is. But I don't know. I think Punisher is just not a character well suited for Disney these days. Like I don't know how they are going to have any chance at making this good. And Punisher was at least in Daredevil Born Again season 1 for like an episode. I didn't like it. I think it was probably the best episode of that season, but it also was not good. So I don't know.
Where he jump scared Matt and they had the conversation in the closet.
Well, they have like a fight later on, right? Like where they're in the apartment building and Matt's trying to get him not to kill people, even though he's the Punisher.
I tapped out after the fiddle faddle scene. I couldn't do Born Again.
Look, I'm not going to tell you to go watch Born Again, but I guess for talking about this movie, which I guess like I got to figure out whether or not Metal and I are covering this Punisher short film, because that might mean I have to watch season 2 of Born Again.
I'm just going to make you watch that because I didn't.
I agree. Disney and Punisher shouldn't be in the same sentence. Like
it just doesn't.
They can't coexist.
Yeah, and even the Netflix Punisher seasons were not particularly good. Like Punisher was best in Daredevil season 2, like Netflix Daredevil season 2. So
I remember the first one being okay and the second one being boring as shit. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, we should cover instead Punisher Warzone. Speaking of The Wire, McNulty plays Jigsaw in that movie.
So I'm just a bit confused by this trailer because I mean I'm not super knowledgeable about like comic book stuff, origins in general. But doesn't he turn into the Punisher because like the whole family gets killed and then he goes on a killing spree essentially, right?
Correct.
That's like the
yeah.
So but this one is hang on. Because this one is called One Last Kill, which kind of sounds like this is his last hurrah. But all I see is he's sad about the family, which he already avenged at this point, though, right? That's like the first thing he does, I thought. So I don't know what we're doing here, is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm just confused.
Have you seen the Tom Jane Punisher with Kevin Nash and John Travolta? And
with Kevin Nash, he's the villain in one scene.
Yeah, he's still worthy of being. I love that scene. It's still worthy of being. Wait. You haven't seen it, Metal?
I think I've seen a Punisher movie before. It was like an older one.
Mark,
so
you'd agree.
I
need
have
to see that. Like that's
you'll
get the whole story there, and it's actually it's probably the best Punisher story. I think.
It also kind of bothered me as like a PG-13 Punisher movie though, because I was like,
was it?
Yeah.
I remember it being violent.
While when he's torturing the guy, he like freaks him out, saying that like I'll use this blowtorch and it'll feel cold on your skin. Then he puts a
that's the most violent PG-13 movie like ever. If you're blowing my mind right now, thinking back to it, but yeah, Metal. I'm
just checking here. There's one with Tom Jane and John Travolta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane only did one Punisher movie. He did a Punisher short film.
I love that Punisher movie.
I think I've seen that, but that was a while ago.
You'd get the whole story there, and it'd be a good like setup.
So that's probably what I was thinking of then. That's probably the movie I was thinking of. I guess.
So I clearly also remember the Thomas Jane Punisher being PG-13 because one of the big selling points they were using for Punisher Warzone, the one with dude that recently died who was in Ahsoka. Why am I forgetting his Ray Stevenson?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson. Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
He did one too. And I heard that one was good. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so it's super violent. It basically went in the opposite direction because a lot of Punisher fans were pissed that the Thomas Jane ones was PG-13. So yeah,
Mm.
Warzone is like the ultra violent Punisher movie, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Dominic West from The Wire as Jigsaw in that one too.
Yeah. So
Mm.
then again, what's the conflict here? Like, I just see him do stuff, and
He's just
he's
sad.
Honestly,
He's
I
sad.
didn't get
No.
much out of this trailer.
It's
I like
Disney, so they're gonna basically like accentuate his sadness because it's
oh,
Disney. It's gonna be
I
all
mean, they
about
know how to
emotion.
do
He's
that.
probably not even gonna hold a gun.
Well, he has a gun in the trailer. Sorry
Oh, does he? Okay,
yeah,
good.
he clotheslines someone with an AK or something. It's funny.
Good.
So, like, I mean, they might try to make it so that because this is a Disney Plus special presentation and not a theatrical movie, they might use that as the excuse to make it a bit more bloody than it
Yeah.
would have been. That said, I don't know. I've just been broken by Disney's handling of Marvel stuff. So, like,
Of
I just
everything.
even though I like John Bernthal as Punisher, and I really, really liked him in Daredevil season 2, and I thought the Punisher seasons were, while not great, watchable, and a step above any Disney Plus show that I've seen. I don't know. I can't get excited about this. I will be right back though, so you guys keep fan.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same people in charge. How can you be excited about it? It's not as simple as having Bernthal as Punisher. He is great, but what made them really work is the writing of
Yeah,
Daredevil
exactly.
season 2, you know?
I mean, that
It's
acting has never been the problem in
never.
in like 90% of Marvel movies. They have like
Even
high
in the crappiest ones.
they have high tier actors, but if they presented with a pile of shit, they can only do that.
This goes beyond Marvel. I find it hilarious with just like the crappiest pieces of media. Like
Oh yeah, just in
season 8
general.
of Game of
Yeah,
Thrones
of
is
course.
season 8 of Game of Thrones is famously like the worst ending in history, and I think Emilia Clarke gives some of her best acting in the worst possible material ever. She did a good job in season 8 with some of the emoting, but it made no
Yeah.
fucking sense because her character's being destroyed. But then you get the same thing over here, where it's like you have Benjamin Cumberbatch who's doing great, Loki who's doing great. They're amazing actors, but the material they have to work with is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so bad, and I just wish they. Ugh, it's so frustrating to think the amount of actors who probably went and tried to like plead for on behalf of their characters were just ignored. You know, because Doctor Strange, like, or Benedict Cumberbatch, he's a big fan of the character, and he probably knows, you know, things that could be done with it. Like,
Yeah.
same reason Edward Norton was called difficult for having ideas to develop the Hulk's character. They just get ignored, and then you get Ruffalo, who's a cuck, and he'll just now look at the Hulk. Look what they've done with them.
Never
When you
got
don't
a
have
movie
an actor
again.
that-
Never got a movie
Exactly.
again.
Exactly. What happens when you don't have an actor that will actually fight for
I've been
their cause,
calling
you
it
know?
the cuckening of the Hulk since like
Yes.
phase 4 because we just don't
We
get
ha-
anything. And then
we
we
ha-
do a time jump, he dabs, and it's like fuck my.
It's so
Shit,
bad, man. We haven't
guess-
had the Hulk since the Avengers completely,
Well,
and then all of his
Hulk-
character development is off screen.
Or
As
no,
Hulk and the
She-Hulk.
Punisher are supposed to be in, they're both supposed to be in the new Spider-Man, Hulk and Punisher. So I guess
Yeah, I was about to
See how
mention
that
that.
goes.
This is quite interesting. They like, oh, we can't make him do like crazy shit in a Spider-Man movie. So here is a special presentation where he kills a couple of people. That's kind of what it feels like to me.
Because he's gonna be a pussy in the Spider-Man movie, so we have to get him into like something here where we can actually use him.
I don't even. It's gonna be interesting because I think the dynamic with like Punisher, who just fucking kills everything that annoys him, essentially, versus Spider-Man, who's just like, you know, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that does some quipping in a way. Like that could work, but you know they're probably gonna make it super cringe.
And it's one of those things that I wonder why thinking Punisher and Hulk were the characters that you want to have playing off of Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movie that's supposed to focus Spider-Man to like more street level, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff. Because Hulk is on a power level that is way crazier to the point that
Yeah.
it's like that's not friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff if you have the Hulk involved.
It's not street level.
And-
The idea of the Hulk killing his parents, I thought that was a cool little twist. If they're like someone hinted at that, I can't remember I heard it. But unless they're gonna do something like really meaningful like that, I'm not sure why they would even risk putting these characters together because it's just it's like you said, the scale is just out of control. What are either of them gonna do against the Hulk? Well,
And
we're saying that like he's the Incredible Hulk. This Hulk, like, we could possibly take this dude. Freaking Ruffalo's Hulk.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
just...
but I mean, I guess though, like, but at the other end of the spectrum, you've got Punisher, who having him deal with Peter Parker is just those are two, I guess, like morality scales that I don't think fit. And you might say, okay, well, that's a power scale that seems off and a morality scale that seems off. But what if there's just a really good writer that's found a way to make this work like you wouldn't believe? And I just can't believe that that's the case.
Exactly.
I'd like to. That would be cool.
If this
But
was
I
coming
would-
out like 10, 15 years ago, the idea of Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk in a movie, I would just be like, I would have utter faith that they would make it work. But we're just in a
Right.
different era now where I completely assume that they're going to screw it up. And I have no reason not to.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't want to. It's just all. It all just looks very grim. Like overall, it just all makes me sad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, talking about sad. Let's stay with Disney for a little bit longer.
Delightful.
God, I can't even say it.
Star Wars.
Mandalorian and Grogu, just fucking kill me. Just fucking give me the bullet. Just make it stop.
Oh,
Well,
God.
So here's what good might come out of this. If this movie doesn't make money, I think that may be the kick that Disney needs to realize that they've totally fucked up Star Wars, because
This is the kick?
This
Well,
this one will make money. This one will make a lot of money, I feel like.
let's see, because I honestly don't think there are nearly the amount of people that are pumped about seeing Star Wars stuff as there were prior to like all the sequel trilogy ending. Because I
But
think
does
that's
this even... No, sorry. go
here,
ahead.
I'll explain this, because like I do have a point here. It's that
Sure.
Disney has not put a Star Wars movie in a theater since The Rise of Skywalker, which, shit as it was, did still make them a fair amount of money. And I think that they've been at least convincing themselves that all of the online chatter and like view counts and whatever they have to do for rating Disney Plus TV shows for Star Wars are things that they can fudge the numbers on and not really have to think too much about what they've done to the Star Wars brand. Whereas now, I think they are going to have a situation where they are faced with opening weekend box office numbers for a Star Wars movie. And I'm willing to bet it's going to be substantially lower than what Rise of Skywalker made, and then that will really kind of give them a wake-up call. I don't know if it's a wake-up call that will actually have them fix anything, but I think it will tell them, yeah, people don't like Star Wars anymore.
I think this is the problem, though. Mandalorian and Grogu, this little green fucker, this isn't Star Wars. Just being a part of the Star Wars, like what Star Wars is the story of the Skywalker saga, like the prequels, the OT. Unfortunately, what they did with the Disney Star Wars sequels, people were invested in that original story. It's been proven by things like Solo and Rogue One. One bombed and one didn't make that much money. It's not going to be this billion-dollar film unless it's the main story that people are invested in. It's not always going to be the world building that's going to be able to carry it. So I don't think Mando and Grogu is like even a test of what Star Wars can do right now. It's not like let's say we're bringing out like an R-rated Darth Vader movie in between the prequels and the sequels type of thing. Something that a lot of fans are actually curious about. That would be a good test because that's actual Star Wars. That's like actual continuity. This is bullshit. And there's so many people that treat it as bullshit. The fan base is fucking flip-floppity. And season 3 completely ruined Mando for whatever was left of him. He got cucked out by Bo-Katan. So I have no idea how this is going to make any money.
I mean, that's also why I don't think there's going to be too many mass audience people that are going to rush out to see this, because I don't think people are really as pumped about The Mandalorian as they were 5 years ago. Nor do I think anyone is as pumped about going to see a Star Wars movie in theaters as they were even 6 years ago. Or 7 years ago, I guess, at this point. No, and again, granted, I know Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi and Force Awakens were bad. I'm not saying they weren't. But I'm saying that this is the first time that Disney has decided we are going to put a thing with Star Wars in the title in a movie theater. And I think that they're going to get crushed. I really don't think is going to make that much money.
The Last Jedi had Mark Hamill for the first time in years as Luke Skywalker. I would take my money. I was fucking showing up. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, if this is like even okay, I will be thrilled. You have that much fucking leeway to do, and they couldn't even get that. But this has nothing. Nobody cares about these characters. This isn't the same thing. There's no nostalgia here to really get people in. Yeah. Like, I think Luke in that robe, that cliffhanger at TFA, that was like the most ridiculous nostalgia I'd have ever experienced, because I didn't know that was coming. I didn't know I didn't watch the stuff beforehand. I completely got hit with that cliffhanger. And when you waste that, there's just no going back. You can't make that happen again with Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, well, I just think that there's probably a lot of talk with investors about how like Star Wars hasn't been in theaters for a very long time, so this is going to be a $1 billion movie for them, and I think this is probably going to make far under what they're even projecting that it will make, even if they're not saying, oh, it's a spin-off, so it's not going to be $1 billion Skywalker saga movie, but it's still going to be very profitable. I think, like, honestly, this movie might have a strong opening weekend with all the people who can convince themselves that Star Wars is still good, and then it's like the second weekend no one's going to go. Like, I don't think this movie is going to do well.
They're definitely trying to market it as like important, because they spend a lot of money in showing something at the fucking Super Bowl, which is super fucking expensive to show even like a 30-second clip or something. So I think they want this to do really well. But I think you might be onto something there, Mark. Maybe I'm overestimating the Grogu hype, because it's all, every time people talk about how cool this is, it's Grogu. I know my mom loves Grogu. It's like
if this was in season 1, if we were going from season 1 to this, people would be interested, because like, oh, we're gonna expand on Grogu's story. No. We already know after 3.5 seasons of these two that there's no story to tell. They had so much more time to do it then.
Yeah.
Why
Remember
are we expect it in a movie now?
When he left Grogu with the Jedi to train, and then he just got him back, apparently?
Exactly. You know how many people would have been confused watching season 3 of like, I thought you got, what the hell happened? And Boba Fett just gets kicked out of his own show so Mando can get Grogu back in this stupid little spinoff. It's so insulting, man.
There's weird shit in this trailer as well, just for, like, not really visually, but just from things they say. Mando just saying, I only kill Imperial war criminals now. It's like, what do you mean? So you're not a bounty hunter anymore. You're just a hero character, apparently.
He never was a fucking bounty hunter. Motherfucker did like one bounty in episode.
Yeah.
He
was supposed to be a bounty hunter at some point.
Shit. Imagine if this fucking guy actually was a bounty hunter and it was just like episodic storytelling and it was fun.
Yeah.
And like Mando was like its own thing separate from the other thing, but it was its own thing within the Star Wars universe that everybody loved without tampering in. But no, it had to bring in Luke, it had to bring in Ahsoka, it had to bring in all this bullshit with Bo-Katan and the Black Saber, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I hate this show, by the way.
Oh, this is awful.
You guys are bringing up old memories of like, oh my god, cringing through season 3.
I didn't even watch season 3. I was out after Boba Fett. I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
There's a scene where some old man mentions Count Dooku and some political aspects that could be interesting, and then Bo-Katan shoots him in the face and says, ugh, politics. And you want to kill yourself because you actually wanted to hear what he had to say so much more than anything that these two could offer in this show. It's a terrible show. Mando gets cucked and it ends with him like in a cave with like, I don't even remember if he has Grogu or not. I hate this show.
Other thing that was very noticeable to me, no more Naboo starfighter. He got a proper spaceship again, which looks very much like the, what was it called? Silver Crest?
The Crescent something. He got his old ship back. He's got Boba.
Yeah, well, it
Boba Fett.
It should be another one because the other one got exploded pretty hard. I remember that because it was really.
No, they're just
funny.
gonna pretend. They're literally treating this like season 2 and 3 didn't happen. Like just you like Mando, right? Just reset, just gloss over. Yeah, it's pathetic.
So, which is kind of funny because we've been complaining about this, that for what he's doing, a starfighter is absolutely fucking stupid. Like going on all these adventures, going on all these long. It's a starfighter. It's not supposed to do like intergalactic travel all the time. That's insane. It's an addition to a spaceship as a defense or like an attack.
Yeah, it's like
force.
A dinghy. It's like a dinghy for a main ship.
Yeah,
It's this tiny
yeah.
little thing you use for emergencies, but he uses it as his
Razor
main.
Crest, that's the one. Thanks,
Yeah.
chat.
The Razor Crest is great if you're actually bounty hunting because you know the carbonite. Like
He had
the
like all
first
these people
season,
frozen in his fucking
Yes.
cargo.
that was cool. That was back when Mando was cool. Remember when he was actually cool and mysterious, and now he's Pedro Pascal in a tin
They fucking
can
show
suit
his
going away?
stupid face again in the trailers. Like, you just can't
It's
fucking help
so
yourself, can you?
dumb.
You just
We
can't
should have
fucking
never
help
saw his
yourself.
face. Literally, it shouldn't have happened until like this movie. We should have never known this entire time. They fucked
Remember
this
when they
character up
scanned if
so
he has a
bad.
face in that one episode?
Yes,
Fuck
yes.
me.
Bro, can you keep your mask on? Like, it's just for two. Like, holy shit, he should
That's
have.
a real face scan.
He should
It's
have been
not
willing to kill over the rule.
identifying markers. It just needs a person's face.
just
needs
the
to be
face.
used to unlock this super secret Imperial lock.
Imagine if Mando was so legit with that when it comes to rule. Like, he will fucking kill you if you've seen his face, and we've actually have to see him deal with those situations. Like, if this was a real show, I hate Grogu so much because Mando could have been cool. I wanted to like this dude, but he's a loser because of you, man.
He has no
Grogu ruined
identity.
everything.
He never got an
Nothing.
identity. It's nothing.
He liked Grogu and he hated droids. And by season 2, like he likes droids.
Yeah.
And he likes Grogu. Like that's it. Nothing changed. There's no progress with this guy.
Yeah. Also, the Grogu walking animation looks so fucking garbage. It's actually insane. It's
which one where they have him on wheels just
in the
zipping away?
trailer. He does like a little
in
walk.
the
It looks
trailer.
awful.
Oh,
It looks so
man.
bad.
Ugh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, in this movie, he fucking goes through some deck of cards with people that he has to kill, and Sigourney Weaver's like, "This is to prevent another war." Like, I give a fucking shit. I don't even know why fucking Mando gives a shit. Like, I don't fucking know.
I mean,
That's the problem. If he's just a bounty hunter, it's like, you get fucking quadrillion credits for this. Like, yeah, I'll fucking kill all those people for you. I'm good at this.
Honestly, you're so right. Where it's like if there's any type of like conflict, I have no idea how Mando feels about anything. Where he would fight, who he would fight for, like what his like. We don't know anything about this character. It's completely unacceptable at this point.
It's so stupid. But hey, look, the Baby Yoda is going around with some Babu Fricks, and they go like, haha, und that's about the baby. Which is kind of funny, I admit. It sounds funny. Like the voice line. But that's all.
When Babu Frick is the most consistent character that they've created. Pretty much.
What is your favorite current Star Wars character? Babu Frick?
Babu. That's how far we've fallen, man. Oh.
It's gonna be so. Oh god, you know what's gonna come true? What I thought of after watching Andor. The last Star Wars thing I've watched was Andor, and all I remember, not all I remember, like one thing that stood out is like, look how dangerous and threatening Imperial soldiers and stormtroopers are. And in this one, they're just gonna be fucking cannon fodder again. They're gonna be fucking retarded.
Complete goobers. It's
Mandalorian.
one of the great sins of this series that goes as far back as even the OT, you know, because they were only super competent in the first movie and like the first half of like Empire, and then by like Cloud City they were goobers, and we never got them ever back. We never got them again.
Mandalorian was the show that canonized stormtroopers having shit aim. Which,
Taiga Waititi.
Thanks,
That
bro.
moron.
Really cool.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby.
No
And what
problem.
sucks is like the scene itself is kind of funny, especially if you're not invested in the lore. But if you understand what it means, it just pisses you off. Like, great, it's screwed now. We're never gonna be able to get like competent enemies in Stormtrooper.
No.
But
We see some AT-ATs
Well,
as well.
not
and
the jokes I want.
AT-STs. It's just whatever.
I was like, unless someone like Tony Gilroy makes a show like Andor, it was just like, hey, let's cut out a bunch of the fluff. Let's forget about having to have Jedis and Mandalorians and Force powers and everything, and just tell a more focused story about ground level people who are fucking terrified of stormtroopers, and then we can make the stormtroopers actually seem like a problem.
Mhm.
And it
See,
worked.
that guy's a legend because he's not even a Star Wars fan. He just knows how to write. He's just
Nice.
like, you know, that's
Well,
it.
I think I heard Mahler talking about the fact that like when he got the job though, he said that so I started like diving through like Wikipedia and trying to learn as much as I could about things. 'cause
That's
I was writing
what
that,
you
like,
do. It's your job, you
Yeah.
fucker. It's
Like,
it's
you
like
don't
I don't give
necessarily
a shit about Harry Potter. I could not care less. But if I was in charge of a Harry Potter script, I would literally read all the books multiple times. I'd watch all the movies multiple
yeah.
times. I'd have to surround myself with freaks of Harry Potter, like the craziest Harry Potter fans ever, and explain to me all the lore and all the different reasons why they like it, the theories. I'd have to get so in like buried in Harry Potter lore. Even if I'm not a fan of it, it's what you should do. It's something you should be
Yeah.
passionate and excited to. You should be super pumped up to do that anytime you get a project. But these people, they look at it in the most retarded directions, and even talented people like Kreger, who's getting the next Resident Evil film. Why
Mhm.
the hell is he doing his own thing instead of actually trying to make the Resident Evil that people have been asking for decades now? It seems like.
So I guess like that's one that I'm iffy on. Like we don't have a trailer for that, so discussing that in depth here, I guess, wouldn't suit the show. But it seems like what he's doing is telling a story of a character during the Raccoon City outbreak, and I don't know how to exactly parse his like this is a story for Resident Evil fans, but it's not going to interact with any of the Resident Evil stuff.
That
With
could be good
I
if it's
just want to make a good movie that's set in this universe. Like I think I guess also it's possible that like Weapons has made me think like okay maybe I should let's give this let's let this guy cook and see what he comes up with.
I
It
loved
might
Weapons, so yeah, I'm with you
Mhm.
on that. So, but I
and
was gonna say, like Dunkin' Egg is the same concept. Like, hey, let's just do a night in in Westeros, just trying to do his thing. And I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work. And then
Oh,
it was fucking
so
phenomenal. It was
good.
so fucking excellent. And
That was a funny one because I watched the first one. Was like, I still don't know
yeah,
yet. This is like it goes a bit hard on the weird humor thing. But then you see the second one. It's like, oh, there was a
it's
point in
over
all
by
of
then.
this. I get it.
Dude, I feel like everyone on the planet had that same experience. I
Yeah.
watched episode 1 and I was talking about it with Platoon, and we're like, I don't know. To the right point where I ended up rewatching all of House of the Dragon just because I needed my fix. I needed my Westeros fix. And that episode didn't do it. It was too short. And then episode 2 came out and I was like, oh my God, all in.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. Because my cat, I named him Egg years ago before the show even came out, and to be able to see the character on the live screen for the first time, I didn't know
Nice.
anything about him, and for him to be fucking awesome and well acted and super interesting, easily one of the most interesting Targaryens. Like it's yeah, that show's fantastic. But my point is, if you can make that show work, I'm interested in people who are they're not going to do a direct adaptation, but if they understand the story, they could do a story within that universe and make it work. So I'll give Kreger the benefit of the doubt, but there's so many other people that just screw it up. You know?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that, like that he hasn't helped himself with. I think he's made a couple comments saying that yeah, like my Resident Evil movie is probably going to piss some Resident Evil fans off. Like I think he said something to that effect at one point, and
Oh
that
no.
generally is not something you want to lead with.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, he's talked a lot about how he's a huge fan of the Resident Evil games and he's been playing them all like for most of his life, which that's positive. But I think though the main critique that is definitely going to be founded is he's not adapting the story of one of the Resident Evil games. He's writing his own story, and I just I'm on the well that could go either way type stance.
Right.
So I guess we'll have to see how he does with it. I'm definitely not saying that it's 100% going to be good and y'all are just haters or anything like that. I guess I'm just not ready to say it's certainly going to be bad until I at least see a trailer.
Well, I loved Weapons. I loved the first half of Barbarian until it turned
Yeah.
to shit. So
I think that was what Mark told me.
What?
Power Barbarian's really fucking good. Like
The
I
first
do.
half of Barbarians is excellent. The second half is like, huh? Just
Yeah,
it was like it was written by someone else.
it goes into some different directions, and there's still I think some pretty interesting backstory that's explored. But I think
My fucking ass. But explored is not the right word. Fucking
well, okay.
sprinkled on the screen like a fucking like nothing, and then just completely skipped over. Like I wanted more about. I know what you're talking about, but they didn't explore that
I
at
guess-
all.
Okay, so there's some interesting backstory that's touched on that is still kind of
Yes.
engaging in the second half of Barbarian, but I think the problem was they refocused the movie on being kind of social commentary about, I guess, like Me Too type stuff with Justin Long's character, and that I think really kind of derails the movie and turns it into something else than the
Completely.
creepy, very atmospheric, tension-filled first half hour or so of the movie. But and I think that's another thing that's made me iffy on the Resident Evil movie, because he says that it's going to be like the Fury Road of Resident Evil, where it's like it's going to be like once the gas pedal steps on, we're not letting up until the end of the movie. And part of me was like, man, I think the thing that you were good at was that slow tension building that would actually be well suited to the other thing that you go to Resident Evil for, which is atmospheric horror. But
oh yeah, you're oh man, I'm losing faith one comment at a time. Like that's terrible. Because you're completely right. The reason I have faith in him is because he understands atmosphere and tension and proper characterization to get us invested in simple concepts. You know, that's one of the things he did with Weapons and Barbarian, and that's what Resident Evil needs. It needs that slow burn tension. I don't need crank. Like, what the hell is that? What are you doing?
So that's the thing, right? It's why like I'm have difficulty making a definitive statement on Kreger's Resident Evil movie, and I think that if a trailer comes out, I might have a better idea of where I stand on it. But I guess, like I said, like for the cautious optimism I have is just, I liked Weapons. This is the next thing he's doing after Weapons. I'm a fan of Resident Evil. So yeah, let's see what he does. That said, I'm definitely not on team, oh, Zach Kreger, he's a genius, and Resident Evil's flawless series that has never ever had a bad entry, so there's no way this could be bad. I think that's also silly. But
I will say this: if he pulls off the best Resident Evil ever made, like if he actually makes a truly great movie, then I will definitely consider myself a big fan of his. Where like I will check it out. There's very few directors or writer directors that you will check something out specifically because they made it. Like Flanagan is one. Krieger, if he pulls this off, he'll be on that list for sure.
In fairness, it could still be pretty shit and also be the best Resident Evil movie.
That's a good point. Okay, if he makes a great movie that legitimately eclipses all the other ones and makes you pissed that it took this long, you know, because I still, as Barbarian's second half is shit, I still like it. I'd still recommend it. Weapons is awesome. And I'll probably check out another stuff to see if it's worthwhile. But this is the one. This is going to make or break his career, in my opinion.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and like I said, cautious optimism for Resident Evil. But like I think without even having a trailer for it, I think most of the people that are making definitive claims on whether it's going to be good or bad are definitely working on really nothing but Twitter quotes. So it's like, I don't know, like what can you really say based on what a director says about his upcoming movie?
Yeah. Well, there was
sorry.
No.
I was just gonna say, just one last comment. People have the right to be salty about not getting the adaptations that they've wanted, but just because they're not getting an adaptation doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, there was our weekly Resident Evil talk, which we have like a 6-week streak on.
Up often.
Yeah, I mean, it's because you've been on a Resident Evil arc right now, so I guess that.
Hey, I've pretty much finished them. I really just have.
Maybe we can stop talking about it finally.
Fine then.
No, it's all good. What else do we have? Right, with Dunzo with the Disney slop for now.
Oh my God.
A trailer that came out, I think it was only a couple of days ago, which I think was a surprise to everybody because that was teased but never actually went anywhere. It's a Coyote and Roadrunner movie, and it's called Coyote versus Acme. And when the...
Why?
Stupid button.
Because the Coyote is suing Acme for their subpar products.
Yeah, so when you look at the trailer, it's like, oh, that's really neat animation. And there's the Coyote. Roadrunner's like, hey, this could be fun. And then shortly after his boots explode, his rocket skates, we cut to some real life people. I was like, oh,
excellent.
Yeah, MacGruber is the lawyer in it. I'm forgetting his name, but Saturday Night Live actor, the guy who plays MacGruber.
Yeah. Also, John Cena's in this one as someone as well. So
he's the Acme lawyer.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing is that it's going to be Coyote versus Acme because I guess he always fails in his attempts to capture the Roadrunner, and there's like some random slapstick in here, which you would expect from the from these characters. You got I forgot
Looney
most of the
Tunes.
names of them. You got the pig and everybody in here.
Porky
Little-
Pig,
Yeah, little Tweety Bird man.
Tweety Bird. That is the name.
Yeah. I actually remember that one.
Daffy Duck. See?
Daffy Duck. You could Bugs Bunny has like a short appearance at the end. You got
He's
the
the stinger at the end.
you got the big cock. Rooster. Sorry.
Foghorn Leghorn.
The big cock.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be some story how they sue that corporation because the things explode, and the things that you hear in there is just kind of cringe. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
because
basically
you have
Acme's
these two.
defense is that it's all user error, and the Coyote just doesn't know how to use the products, so they always explode on him.
Yeah, it's like you have these two characters that don't talk because Coyote always holds up the sign. I remember this because I had like one VHS tape of Coyote and Roadrunner that I watched over and over as a kid on my little television. I was like, yeah, I remember all that stuff. That's fun. But they just have to put them in these real life scenarios all the time. It's just why? Just make something. Why don't you want to do the thing where you have a character that doesn't talk? It's just I don't know. You can make it happen. You can make
Yeah, and I mean the
You don't
animation.
even have a
like
mask
I
on.
said,
You can see their faces, so you don't even have that fucking excuse of being shit at writing. So yeah, I don't know. Do something interesting. It's just like, what if we get these two characters into real life scenario where they sue Acme because their products are shit? It's like, okay. Like I don't even mind the premise in general, but it's just like it just looks so generic. Besides them being in the real life with the animation, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the courtroom drama premise, I think, could go either way. Like, I mean, it might end up being pretty funny and result in some funny situations. I'm willing to bet the meat of the movie, as far as what people enjoy about it, will be when the Looney Tunes characters pop up and they're doing more sort of Looney Tunes type stuff. But as far as like the trailer goes, I don't know that I really got a good idea of whether or not this would end up being good. Like it seems like it could be, but I don't know.
I mean, it didn't really make me laugh, and I feel that it's definitely going to be a comedy thingy. So I don't know.
Although at the same time, like trailers for comedy movies are kind of tricky that way because you'll getting snapshots of a joke isn't the same as getting snapshots of cool shots in an action movie. It's you have to get that setup and like understand the tone of the movie better. So I think this movie could end up being pretty good and pretty funny. I just don't think this trailer does a great job selling it beyond establishing some pretty neat looking animation.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of all I have to say about this. Like the lawyer guy who's for Coyote is just like, now you can finally prove yourselves. Like, oh yeah, but I don't care. I don't care about this guy. Let's just go away.
And that's the thing, right? Like if it ends up being like a character story about this lawyer and the Acme executive, and there's some Looney Tunes characters as set dressing, I don't think I'm really going to be interested in it all that much.
Yeah.
But if it's just the lawsuit is the premise for a bunch of like kind of, you know, good Looney Tunes humor, then yeah, it could end up being all right.
Yeah, we'll see. But as it stands now, I'm just like, yeah, put that on the list of things that come out in August, apparently. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not too much to say about it though, one way or the other. Aside from animation look kind of nice.
If you have a good comedy, you should be able to construct a decent trailer. Like even having like, you don't want to reveal all your jokes, but like think back to like Shaun of the Dead. I remember the trailer for that, like just cracking me up, man. Are you all right? Like just like you're always gonna have one zinger that you can put in, but if you don't even have enough for that, then it's probably
yeah. Well, that is actually a decent segue because we're talking about comedy, I guess. Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is, oh, we're gonna cross every line, and the first joke they show is like, not stabbed me, stabbed them. I was like, oh, you're like 7 years late
Stab
for this
her,
kind of
and it's
comedy.
like, not
Yeah, but
pronouns
late.
them, and it's like, well, okay. It's like,
Like I
I-
kind of like the idea that he is like the stabby guy, the scream face. He's like he just comes out of the Megan puppet,
yeah.
like as a joke, just because it's from like from a small girl to big guy. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know.
I get Panderverse vibes where some of the jokes might be funny, but like you said, they're several years too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it
it
seems
might be that they just led that one to show that, like, yeah, we're not going to be worried about hurting people's feelings or being like super politically correct. We're just going to go all out, and kind of a similar like thing, which I guess like Brooks disputed, but like I think sometimes for a comedy, trailers are tough because setting up the jokes doesn't work as well in short form. This is funny enough, actually, Scary Movie in this whole kind of subgenre of comedy, the sort of over the top insanity parody stuff, is I think more well suited to just like quick sight gags because they tend to fire off several jokes a minute.
mhm.
But yeah, I've never really been too pumped on any Scary Movie. Like I watched the first one, thought it was okay, and I think the third one I thought was pretty funny, the one with Charlie Sheen. But yeah, no, I honestly didn't even know there was a fifth one, to be honest. I remember there being a fourth, but I didn't see it. And yeah, when I saw this was Scary Movie 6, I was wondering if they were doing a Naked Gun thing where they went from 1 to 2.5 to 33 and a third. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, Art the Clown being featured though, I didn't expect. So.
He's everywhere, dude. Yeah,
Oh, he's
I
pretty
know.
popular now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make a cameo.
There's gonna be a lot of like social commentary in general, like kids getting well, because you just said the Artie Clown is like he's giving them severed limbs, and they're just all on the phone, like just be sure to say thank you. It's just like yeah, okay. It's I don't know. It seems like all the cast is back though. Like we got the
I do like that.
we got them all back, including the Mr. Officer Doofus and the guy with the fucked up hand and everything. So we'll see what they do with that. But it's like, oh, they have like this big reunion with I forgot the characters' names, the blonde girl and the black chick. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. He's like, oh, I'm Republican now, so I meant to be racist. And then she just goes like, well, I think that every white person is racist anyway. And then they hug. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that joke didn't really work for me. I was like,
Why do they?
It's just all such low-hanging, low-effort fruit that I hope that's not all the movie. Maybe there might be some fun stuff in there, but this whole trailer just gives me like,
But that's what comedy nowadays, it always has to be meta
yeah,
rather than actually clever. And like I'm kind of just expecting that, you know. Comedy for me is one of the trickiest because again, the rewatchability is so rare unless you have something like freaking Hot Fuzz. That's like
Hot
a masterpiece.
Fuzz.
You know?
I just recently rewatched Hot Thunder with a friend. That fucking movie is so good, man.
Oh man, getting rewatchable comedies is a special thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I've
tricky.
ever rewatched Old School and not laughed. To be fair, like I think that movie's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Animal House. That's another like. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think like non-college comedies and things that aren't just Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead.
not like gags per minute comedies that were just flying off the jokes. Like I remember watching Ace Ventura. Because just Jim Carrey was just in the second one is my favorite. Jim Carrey is just in the zone. That is his prime.
I always prefer the.
Wait, did I say Hot Thunder? I meant Tropic Thunder because I think it's.
Sorry, I think
Yeah, you know what? My brain kind of transferred that into Tropic. I'm like, what the? He must mean that.
Yeah, because you said Hot Fuzz right before, and then I said Hot Thunder.
Hot Thunder. I didn't even question you. My brain just like transferred it over. It's like he must mean that. Yeah.
Tropic Thunder is kind of, I guess, more along the lines of this type of comedy where it's just like everything is like constant jokes all the time and everything's very, very silly.
Yeah, but it also has like pretty good arcs in it and like a pretty decent story. Like it's just overall a good movie. Tropic Thunder, it's good stuff.
Well, yeah, and also I think Tropic Thunder isn't directly a parody of like other movies. It's more a parody of Hollywood itself. So
Yeah.
it's less like a scary movie that's like taking scenarios and situations from popular horror movies for the last little bit and then making them stupid. Tropic Thunder was kind of like it was its own thing about a war movie being made.
You know what? That movie is probably aged so much better since there's one of them. They didn't do Tropic Thunder 2, 3, 4 to where you just lose interest and they're cringe. That's what so many
comedy
things do.
sequels are generally not don't go so well. Which is actually funny why I thought you said When Nature Calls was the better Ace Ventura movie because granted I haven't seen either of them in years, but I do remember thinking the first one was better.
My criteria is strictly jokes. The first one could be a better film, better story. Like I don't even remember. I remember Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, laughing my fucking ass off. And the rhino scene, come on, some of the best jokes ever. Like, there's so many fantastic jokes in that movie. So that was one of my favorites as a kid for sure. But I couldn't debate which one's better. That one's up to you.
I remember Anchorman 2. I watched like 10 minutes of it. I was like, okay, I don't think I need more Anchorman. And then I've specifically avoided Zoolander 2 since it came out because I think the first Zoolander is quite good and have only heard the second one's bad. So I'm just like, I'm not even going to watch it.
For me, it was Austin Powers 3 where I'm like, oh, you're just out of ideas, eh? Just doing the same old thing, same joke, same. Yeah, I was not a big fan of Goldmember. I love the first two Austin Powers, but the third one was just. They were tapped out.
Yeah.
Well. So yeah, Scary Movie 6. Not looking too fondly on that one. So we'll see how that one turns out. I'm sure I'll watch it in one way or another. Let's see. I got 2 more in the pipeline here. One of them bigger than the other. So I'm going to go with the smaller one. We got a trailer for Backrooms, which is a movie about, well, the Backrooms, which was like.
You gonna play this one?
Huh?
No,
are you gonna play this one, or are you?
Not a game.
Wait.
No. Are you gonna play this trailer, like, or are you gonna put it in the back?
Oh, I'll put it in the background here. Yeah. Which.
And yeah, I didn't hate this one. I thought this looks like pretty okay.
This is the only one where I'm like, okay, now I'm actually like intrigued, you know? Like this is what a trailer should be.
Yeah. So maybe to get some people on top of the things. So the Backrooms is God, when did that original movie video come out?
Decade ago, probably at this
point. 2012, 2013 would be my guess.
Okay. Long ago, geez.
Which was from Kane Pixels, who is actually tagged as a creator here in the trailer. So he is involved, it seems. So in Kane Pixels, he's been he does like a lot of analog horror things in general. I think he did like some stuff with Wendy Goon as well. Like I think they talked about stuff before. There's this what is it called again? It's like I think the Rolling Giant or something. There's like a abandoned mall somewhere underground, and there's like this weird creature lurking around. So it's like one of the biggest analog horror things that came out back in the day, and it seems they now make a movie out of it, where one guy finds an entry to the Backrooms in the back of like a mall or something, or like a furniture store.
Yeah, it looks like a furniture store works.
Which is kind of funny because that just reminds me of an SCP, which is the infinite IKEA, where you get lost in. So I kind of have to think about that immediately. I wonder if that's like a little reference.
You can get lost in a normal IKEA.
I think that was the meme when that SCP was created, yeah. But the SCP is like, it connects like other universes and dimensions, and people find each other and they have to survive in there. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, from what I understand, they try to map out these backrooms. And I know there's like a whole bunch of backrooms lore. I don't know how much of it is like extra lore or fan-made lore. I think there's like a thing where you find, what is it, like water in here. It's like is it coconut water or... No, it's.
I don't know too much about the lore, but I was under the impression that Backrooms, since it being created, was the kind of thing that additional lore gets fan written and then kind of incorporated ways to the general phenomenon.
Almond water. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, so it has like different like stages and stuff. I don't know. I think it's, as you said, it's like fan curated, much like SCP stuff. I think. But yeah, I think the whole idea with the Backrooms was it's like this liminal space feeling, right? You see this like, oh, this looks like an old office building I've been in before, but now it's like all empty and stuff, and it kind of plays with that. And I think it does a pretty good job in the trailer here. They're like exploring. They give us some camera footage. I think they put the original Kane Pixels video in here because there's a guy with a video camera going around. Because in the original video, the idea was you get into the Backrooms by kind of like glitching in real life. Like you stumble and you get up and you're like in this weird yellow roomed place, and there's like monsters about. And they actually don't show any monsters, unless it was somewhere in the background. I didn't notice it, but it's purely atmospheric. I think it's a pretty darn good trailer, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's
and
very
the actor
intriguing.
helps. This guy, I can never remember his name, but I'm always happy to.
You know what? I thought the same. I can't. Yeah. I feel like I've seen him a million times.
Put a gun to my head. I can't tell you the fuck his
just
name
shoot me.
Couldn't
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you the first letter, but he's fantastic in everything he's in. He's been unfortunately in MCU. He was in American Gangster. He was in The Inside Man he was with Denzel twice. The Inside Man. Every film I've seen him in, he's been great, but you just can't tell me what the fuck his name is. Couldn't tell you at all.
I mean, is it Chiwetel Ejiofor, or am I just being racist?
Sorry?
What?
Is it Chiwetel Ejiofor?
Hang on, let me scroll down a little bit. Maybe. Oh yeah,
I don't even know what you said.
Yeah,
Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, if that's his name.
Yeah, that's
okay,
his name.
Right. I guess that's why we don't remember it.
I scrolled down. I couldn't. I read it just now, and I heard you say it. I still cannot say it.
Yeah,
but that's the one. Yeah.
It is okay. God, thank God.
Just call him John Backrooms.
Like, when you said that, like, I can't remember this guy's name. I was like, I think Chiwetel Ejiofor is a pretty big actor, and I thought that was him. But now I'm thinking that if I say that name and it's not him, people are just gonna think I think all black people look alike. But
bro,
I
got one of the toughest names I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Okay, just because I respect you as an actor, I will try to remember.
Granted, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's
close enough.
Sort of what I thought his name to be.
Is it Chiwetel Ejiofor? Like I don't know. It's
Chiwetel.
Close enough. We know who we're talking about. But
yeah,
he definitely makes this trailer like a bit more compelling, because if you're just doing the atmospheric thing, you need someone who can maintain that tension and like you're invested in their situation even though you don't even really know their story. Like he's got that unlocked.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm good actor.
Looking out for this one, which apparently is this May. I just see, so it's not even that far away. So I'll try to catch that for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe that can be one that we cover as we're preparing for the James Bond.
Yeah, and it's A24. They normally get like screenings wherever they want, so hopefully I can get one here in town. So yeah, might be cool. Looking forward to this one if it keeps the feeling alive, especially that now that I know that Kane Pixels is involved in it, which is always good. Apparently his name is like Kane Parsons. Kane Pixels is the YouTube channel the Backrooms were from.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've said this quite a few times before, but I think the horror genre is uniquely suited to have at least one entertaining viewing, even if the movie ends up being bad, because like it's the mystery unfolding that is sort of the thing that's keeping you hooked. Now, this seems like the type of movie that even the trailer has shown that there's a lot of questions that you could ask about what exactly these rooms are and how exactly they work, that the ultimate answer might not end up being all that satisfying. And if you get to that point and it isn't, then it's like, well, this movie, I don't know, ultimately kind of fell flat on its face. But I think that at least that means the first time you watch it, you'll be
that's my main worry.
Like,
that's my main worry. That's kind of, you describe Barbarians of like, oh shit, I'm all
well, I mean, to be fair, like Barbarian starts more obviously flying off the rails pretty obviously when like the second it cuts to Justin Long and his sexual impropriety stuff being the focus of the movie. It's like, wait, this is a different film than what I was just watching with like Bill Skarsgård and And I don't know the actress's name for the girl, but whatever. The girl that's in the first half hour. But I think that at the very least, though, this seems like the kind of movie that I think I will at least enjoy my time in the theater up until the ending at least once, which for stuff like Supergirl, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think like either Supergirl is going to be surprisingly amazing and it'll blow my mind and be far better than I thought it ever could be, or like most superhero movies I go to see these days, I'm just going to be suffering through the entire thing. Whereas Backrooms, I feel like I don't know, I've probably got a good 90 minutes of being locked in and then possibly an additional 10 of either being pleasantly surprised by how well it wraps up or severely disappointed. So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Push comes to shove, I'm looking forward to that more than the superhero movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, again, yeah.
Easily.
Like, that's the thing about being a horror fan. Just like, this is a little creepy. Okay, I'll watch that. It's as simple as that. We'll check it out just in case. Where superhero films, especially at this point, they really have to bring it because we've seen so many different iterations of it. It's just there's so much more potential with horror. Like this looks.
Oh yeah,
this looks way more intriguing.
I've just been reminded there's an Exit 8 movie coming out, which is from one of these. I don't even know what the genre is called. It's where you go through a corridor or a room and you have to notice the differences every stage. And apparently they're making a movie out of that, and people say that looks kind of creepy.
Oh well, no, I didn't see that trailer, but
me neither. Yeah. I'm just aware of it existing because I think I saw Markiplier play that game like 2 years ago or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, hey, like we got Iron Lung, a pretty solid movie based on a indie horror game. So I mean, you know, it's you could do worse than adapting simple concept video games into engaging horror movies. It seems.
Absolutely. Well, I got one more for the road. Because we also got a Street Fighter official trailer.
Oh yeah, God, I watched that today and I forgot about it.
Yeah. So, I don't think this is gonna be like great. I mean, they seem to kind of nail the characters from what you see, at least during the fights. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've only played them a long time ago. Not a long time ago. Like when the last Street Fighter came out, last year, 2 years ago. That's when I played those.
2 years ago?
No. Mortal Kombat came out 2 years ago.
No, the game Street Fighter 6.
Oh.
3 years ago, maybe now. It's been a little while.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be great in terms of any like story thing. They seem to focus a lot on Ken and Ryu and their stuff going on. I think. What I'm interested in is in the fights, really, because the way the few things they've shown don't look like awful, and it sounds nice and punchy. So maybe those are going to be entertaining, but that's kind of about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me enjoys that they seem to be focusing a lot on getting the aesthetics of Street Fighter in a live action form to a reasonable degree. And yeah, and casting and stuff, and they even like did the things that like even the original campy Street Fighter movie that was basically just 90 minutes of silliness did with like Guile's hair. Like I mean they just made Jean-Claude Van Damme be Guile with normal hair. Whereas here he's got the shouldn't exist in real life Guile hair.
Right, yeah.
I think the issue I have with it is a lot of it does look very low budget cosplay as opposed to like it seeming like a style that fits. I think a lot of the fights even seemed like they were cutting to moves that are very obviously moves from the games. Like I think the thing.
Oh, that's 100% what they're going for. Yeah.
Flash kick, even like when Ken is throwing a guy in like alley fight, he does the sort of triple roll Tomonage throw, or like he puts like the foot in the chest and then rolls. Like, and I mean, yeah, you know, cool. That could end up being all right. I don't know though. I think that this might be hitting a weird spot between self-awareness and trying to take itself a little bit more seriously than maybe it should at times. Like I mean, take for example, like it ends with them saying, "I swear to God, Ryu just threw a fireball."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so if that is a thing that is bizarre in this world, how are you going to explain most of what everyone else is doing? So
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
gone first and been like, no, like this is a world in where martial arts allow you to do things like throw fireballs and that's established, or are they going to make it seem like, oh, this is the real world and it's just all of a sudden now we're realizing there's essentially superheroes that can do like I don't know fireballs and things like that.
They got to pick a lane.
Well, that's the thing, right? And like that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to be fun. This movie might end up being like a silly, fun Street Fighter movie. But I don't know that I would say this looks good. This looks like everything I've ever wanted from a Street Fighter movie. Granted, I think everything I've ever wanted from a Street Fighter movie generally is found in the Street Fighter animes that they've made, because that I think is where you can have stuff like Street Fighter fit in a way that doesn't seem jarring to the eye. But I mean, if there's some like good fight scenes that are like choreographed well and not edited like shit, which was the big problem I had with the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, beyond the like inserted character that didn't need to be there, that was the main focus of the movie.
That stupid loser! What a waste.
Well, that's the thing. Like, but for me, I thought that more fundamental as like, is this Mortal Kombat movie enjoyable? I found the editing during fight scenes was just horrifically bad. I was like,
I remember the gore being decent. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and like when you cut to like one shot for a fatality or something, sure, that's fine. But when they're actually fighting, it's just like all the quick cutting is making it seem like you either hired people who don't know how to do martial arts at all, which I don't think was the case for that Mortal Kombat movie. I think they hired a lot of people that are actually very good at martial arts. I think it's more the director shot things in ways that they're not hiding the impacts very well. So they're having to cut to different shots to make the punches actually seem like they're landing as hard as they should. Or the editor's just bad and thinks quick cuts equal good because that makes things more energetic. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like martial arts movies, generally I find the most engaging, like the most engaging martial arts scenes I've ever seen tend to be the ones where it's a longer shot that you can just
see everything.
You can actually watch, and they have performers that are like, actually, like you guys remember this, so they're actually willing to take the hits because they spar. They're actual martial artists. They're not just worried about.
Let me just go through my standard list when this comes up: the Raid 2, Ong Bak, Ip Man.
Yeah, because you grow up with that stuff, and it's become standard, and you watch those standards fall apart. It sucks. And I was gonna ask Mark real quickly, like, what's your pick for the best video game adaptation? Because you guys are really picky about
live action specifically.
Yes. So let's exclude things like Arcane.
I might have
Metal. Because I know you guys are more knowledgeable, so I'm curious as to.
I don't have one in my mind right now.
I mean, like honestly, probably for me, a lot of it is not objectively this is a good movie, but I'd say the ones that I probably enjoyed the most were the original Mortal Kombat, the original Street Fighter, even though I enjoy it because it's so silly. So again, like that's what objectively is difficult to say. I think that Black Hat Red makes a good point. Last of Us Season 1.
Yeah, that's a really good one for sure.
That might actually be my pick too. Yeah, when I think about it.
And then Season 2
there's not a lot of them. You
don't worse than the game.
It might be Iron Lung actually.
Iron Lung is a pretty good adaptation for the Iron Lung game. That's true, actually. Yeah,
it might be the best one.
I still have to see that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, like other than like a bit of pacing issue, I don't really have a lot of complaints about Iron Lung. And
not to bring this up again, if he was already a top. Thoughts on Shelby Oak?
I didn't watch it.
Didn't see
really?
it.
No.
Neither of you did?
No, I did watch the EFAP on it though, and it did seem like almost every plot point in that game was ripped straight out of Silent Hill 1 though.
I watched Platoon's video on it.
Sorry.
It's probably one I love found footage. It's one of the worst found footage movies I've ever seen. It's shockingly bad. And this isn't me just trying to meme on Chris. It's like it makes no sense. It's boring and it's shit. And it's predictable. And it should have been over in the first 20 minutes, like Platoon said. It's broken. I can't believe he spent all this time and put his reputation on that film. I'm shocked.
You,
Well,
you
Iron Lung-
just because you've
Iron-
seen this, you should watch Iron Lung in comparison to what another creator can do.
Oh,
Especially
100%.
because Iron Lung is completely self-funded, 100%, like everything. It's by no means perfect, and Mark has said that himself that he would have changed a whole lot of things, but it's really solid. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I would.
I'll
give
check
a
it out.
shot.
And like I wasn't super invested in the Iron Lung game or anything like that. I absolutely love the guy who made Iron Lung, David Szymanski. His game Dusk is one of my favorite shooters ever. And I knew that he made Iron Lung, and I did one through of the Iron Lung game the day before I saw the movie. So
It's a very
I don't
short
know that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like my investment in it wasn't as high, and I was astonished by how engaging and interesting a horror movie Markiplier was able to make with that. So I don't know that that's really fair to put up against something like Street Fighter or Last of Us, just because it's a much larger scope for the latter movies that I mentioned, as opposed to like Iron Lung's very focused and small scale. But I'd say that like it might sound like a bit of a cheat answer in that respect, but I think as far as like best live action movie adaptation of a video game, it might actually be Iron Lung. And Last of Us, as much as I did like season 1 of the show, it also does have season 2. Granted, the game has Last of Us 2, but I also think
season 2, man.
I think ultimately though, if you want to see the story of The Last of Us, like playing the game is the better bet. Whereas I think if Iron Lung sounds interesting in concept, I might actually go see the movie, because I think it is. I think it's easier to get into at the very least than the game. The game is interesting and it's unique, but it's really based around map navigation, and it's an experience for sure, but I don't think it's the kind of thing that many people will really be able to sink their teeth into and like. Whereas the movie, I think, is just solid, a solid not action horror movie, a solid isolation horror movie, I guess would be the way to call it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that was the last trailer I had in the pipeline. So most of the things I don't really look forward to. But then we have Backrooms, which could be fun. So we'll see how that all pans out to be.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that. Hopefully there's going to be some surprise hits throughout the year, but whatever is coming up now from all those bigger trailers especially, it's just all, ooh, we got some more slop coming up. Yay.
Well, I mean, I think that that Backrooms being the one of the trailers we watched today being what we're most positive on, I think almost unanimously it seems. I think that is the hope, right? That it's like there could be a movie that before today I didn't hear of, that all of a sudden a trailer pops up for it, that's some like smaller indie movie or horror movie or action movie.
Yeah, it's not part of a franchise. It's not a superhero.
Yeah.
Story,
That just a
half
trailer
of this.
comes out and it ends up looking really good, and then go see the movie and it ends up being one of the best movies I see of the year. Like that's always a possibility. So here's hoping that happens.
Also, no, I mean, Mark quickly talked about Mortal Kombat 2 earlier.
I talked about the first Mortal Kombat. There is a second Mortal Kombat movie in that series coming out this year, I think. I don't think it has a trailer yet, though, or at least I haven't seen it if it does.
No, there's one. There's one. Billy Butcher. Carl Urban is Johnny Cage, which is a good choice.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know why they wouldn't do something like that in the first one instead of doing that moron OC. But he that was the biggest mistake, because so many people, everyone references it as the big mistake of that movie. Like, what were they thinking when you have so many cool characters to adapt and you just invent this?
Yeah, I haven't seen those ones, so I have no idea. But yeah. Well, that's that. Let's do some super chats really quick. We got $2 from Joey, bag of donuts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joey.
You guys missed a banger EFAB yesterday. Cherry. Oh, they're still doing like the Noah guy, right? I'm only like kind of aware. I haven't talked to Mahler yet about it because I'm actually not sure. I know, like, I think he covered Drinker or something, and then they watched that video. Something. I'm not sure.
He's a plagiarist little rat monster creature.
Ooh, our favorite.
Pretty much, they got all the receipts to be able to shred. He's not quite. Basically, my biggest takeaway is Boogie is better at concealing his evilness and his lies. Than
Oh,
this
and
guy
he's not
is.
really good at that.
He's more he's more incompetent than Boogie. Boogie at least understands he needs to not be perceived a certain way. He understands. Boogie has more self-awareness than Otter. Like that's pretty much my biggest takeaway.
Maybe I need to watch that. Maybe I need to watch those EFABs. That sounds like fun.
Big year for lolcows.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I kind of dodged this one. Normally, I get dragged into these ones, but yeah, I mean, I'd be too busy anyway, so I would have said no anyway. So yeah. Don't worry, I'll be back on EFAB. I think I talked about this week. If I wouldn't go on EFAB for a year, I still have the most screen time as a guest.
Yeah, that's not being topped anytime soon.
I have so many hours. I checked EFAB like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh god, I have an EFAB problem.
Oh shit, man! It's kind of crazy how quick it can add up. Like you can see how many views been there for days and shit.
Yeah, it's funny because I haven't been on EFAB for a while again, and then I think like last week that Little Mermaid one came out that I was on. I was like, oh, I'm just getting EFAB time without being on, so whatever.
It just adds up.
Yeah, it's just funny. Yeah. We got $2 from Louis Vuitton. Thoughts on WWE/WrestleMania? I couldn't give less of a shit about WWE right now. I tried again not too long ago. I can't do their fucking format right now. I just cannot.
Explain it for me, for someone who loved wrestling in the Attitude Era. Like I was like from anywhere from like Mankind to like Jeff Hardy, Eddie Guerrero. Like that era is where I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I understand that format working and appealing to millions of people. What they deliver now looks like crap. Explain it to me now, because you're more recently of a fan.
I mean, I'm just kind of getting things about it by proxy, because I watch like Wrestling Observer and stuff like that just to be on top of the things I don't really watch right now. Mm-hmm. But they have very little wrestling on their 2 or 3 hour shows. They have so many celebrity guests again, which I personally don't really give a shit about. Some of them can be fine. Like, I have no problem with that, doing it in general, but they do it so much. They had like Speed on there now. Speed had a WrestleMania match, by the way, just so you know, with Logan Paul in it.
Well, they've always done that, like historically. They even had Mayweather, Big Show. And
oh, yeah.
But they've always done that.
Did he just run around the ring? I know he's like super fast.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, it's just... but then so many ads. Like, they're on Netflix now, and you still get ads on there because I think they're like baked in or something. Like, there's lots of non-wrestling, and apparently they have like tons of fake finishes or DQs, and the storylines aren't fantastic. It's everything I hear, and I just find the show boring most of the time. I always hear there's like good matches here and there, especially when like Sami Zayn and people like that are involved, because they're just fantastic in the ring. But I just can't bring myself to trot my way through 2 hours of very boring programming to just see that. So
little highlights, but overall the majority of the content is just not well structured. And
since they've been bought out by TKO, they're just so fucking money oriented. Their ticket prices have been fucking insane. I've heard that they have like a show in Paris not too long from now, and there's like tickets for like $300 or something.
Oh my fucking god! The same thing's happening to the UFC.
Yeah, well, it's the same people, right?
UFC is
all TKO.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The fights that that should happen are being skipped over for the big money fights, the big names. Yeah. All they care about is making money, when there's people who have like 10 fight winning streaks who haven't got a title shot. It's so fucked up. The UFC is, in terms of like credentials and like merit, is in the worst place I've ever seen it. It's fucked right now. And
they've been outpricing a lot of people in tickets. So their WrestleMania, quote unquote, only did, what was it, like 35,000 people in the arena. Yeah. I think last year was like over 40,000, if I remember correctly. From what I understand, their storylines leading up to there were kind of shuffled in there. I've heard that the day 2 main event was really good. Roman Reigns and CM Punk, apparently that was really, really good. But I think this is like also just the first WrestleMania that I didn't even like had a peek at. Which is funny because it's just on Netflix. I can just pop it on any time. But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna...
Even more burnt out now. You have easier access, but it's just shittier.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, I tried. It's so weird. Like, I can't get through it. Like, I mostly watch AEW these days, but even that is like second screen material. But the thing is, they have like really good matches, like basically every week. So even if I don't really give a shit about a lot of the storylines, like, oh, they're gonna have like a banger right now, at least.
Yeah, you can see a good performance of some
Yeah.
kind, you know. But no, it seems like that's
Yeah, and
lost on the main on WWE. I just nothing. I don't understand how they could appeal to a new generation. The attitude.
yeah, and they just had their WrestleMania, and now they're laying off a ton of people.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard about that too.
That tends to be going around these days.
Which is funny. They're letting go Aleister Black again, which just came back 6 months ago after, from what I understand, burning bridges with AEW because he just didn't want to do any jobs, from what I understand. So that's gonna be funny. See if he's gonna pop up again or something. They dropped the Motor City Machine Guns, who are a fantastic tag team wrestling act, and right now I think, which is hilarious because I think R-Truth and what's his name? Archer of Infamy was his nickname. But it's a non-tag team. It's like a Damian Priest. Thank you. They're tag team champions right now. We're just like, but let's fire the actual tag team act. It's bizarre. They do some really weird shit. So I don't know. It's a interesting thing. But there's plenty of other wrestling to watch. You can always go watch New Japan, which isn't really hot right now as well. I haven't watched that in a while. I mainly watch AEW. I just have that in my brain now that I just pop it on while I'm working and just have that on the second screen. It's like, oh, that's a good match. And AEW's pay-per-views are pretty much always fantastic. They're always worth your money. And they now launched their own streaming service, which is actually cheaper to just get that every month, besides paying the pay-per-views, because they're all included. So that's neat. Because they're not gonna...
that's one of the that's where you just win as a fan when you have at least two companies going. One of them shit.
Yeah.
You know, they actually have to keep each other up. That's the UFC's problem right now. They squashed all their competition over the years, from Pride to WEC to Affliction. There's so many different ones I've seen just get smushed, and now the UFC doesn't have to even try. So it sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe they can come back a little bit because I want to watch WWE again. They have really good talent on there, but I'm just bored every time I try to watch it. It's just like, just get on with it. And apparently they had like a 45-minute break between the main event on day 2 and the match before that. I just can't do their programming. It just takes ages. Like, I would need to watch it the next day so I can just skip through the non-stuff that I don't care about. But yeah.
That sounds exhausting, man. That really sounds exhausting, because it's a problem in boxing too. You just want to get to the fight, and then they'll have some fucking asshole talking, then they'll have a reporter, and then they'll have a performance and like music, and then there's some celebrity talking, and like you have to wait an hour for the next fight. Pacing can really kill events. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, there's my general wrestling tangent.
No, I got you. It sounds like shit.
Yeah. 280 by
wrestling.
That's all right. 280 by Star Games. Thank you very much. Can you play Lord of Ring for PS4 and Xbox One? No, goddammit! Stop asking.
Sorry, read that again. I didn't quite catch that.
Can you play Lord of Ring for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? He's been sending that for a while. It's a meme. Because I'm okay. I did my thing. Thank you for the tangent. Oh, anytime. Anytime. I like talking about wrestling. It's fun, even when it's not. And we got 50 Canadian by Strike 538. Thank you very much. Hey, Metal, Marc, and Brooks. That's you. Normally I just lurk around, but wanted to put in some support for the podcast while recommending a legendary anime. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Give 1988 Legend of the Galactic Heroes a try. You can watch the show for free on the Internet Archive. I never heard of that before.
I will look that up.
I'll pop down a note. That's the second one I could get on the Internet Archive. I had to download the original Baki from 20 years ago from the Internet Archive because you just cannot get it anymore. It's gone. So yeah, that's good to know. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. All right, let me
I
write.
guess Crunchyroll hasn't swallowed up everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I will check it out, and thank you very much for the support. That
Yeah,
is
appreciate it.
super chat for this little operation we got going here.
Old Baki is so funny. Old Baki is very tame compared to the new Baki. Is the funniest bit of that. They kind of nerfed Yujiro in the newest ones. That's kind of lame. He gets a little bit more aggressive, which is like all the fun bits about him. Well, he does punch the ground to stop an earthquake that one time, so that's not very tame. I love Baki. That shit is funny.
I'm being attacked by a troll.
Have you talked about He-Man at all? Is your interest? I don't really care about He-Man.
Oh, yeah, I saw a trailer for that like a few months ago, but I honestly kind of forgot it was even happening.
Yeah. Well, we got $5 from Slumpy. Sorry that Nick Diorio took the spot of next host from you. That's fine. Everybody gets next host besides me. That's all right. I'm used to neglect. Anyway.
Drama content is kind of Nick's thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Nick is cool. He's fun to be around.
Yeah, Nick's always fun.
Yeah, those were the super chats. Thank you very much. Appreciate it as always. And well, Brooks, thanks for the jump in there. The tag.
It's like, you guys could use a guest for this one because there's so many things to say about these stupid trips. Like, I haven't seen any of them, so I'll just pop in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you guys in a while anyway.
Well, yeah, and I originally thought we were covering a movie after the trailers. I didn't think the trailer talk would go that long, but this is fairly. It's at least moderately sized forge.
You underestimate our power.
Really. Yeah.
No, I did. Yeah.
So let me pop in.
I haven't seen a new Sparky Rem the Prison arc though. Yeah, that's fun when all those those death row inmates just get thrown to Japan because they feel a powerful foe there. It's funny. Baki is fun. You should watch it. It's the best retarded show you'll ever see. It's fantastic.
Have you watched JoJo though? Because it is pretty retarded and.
Baki is different. It's very different kind of retarded.
Fair enough.
But yeah, well, someone just mentioned it in chat. I think Mahler's video should pop on fairly soon, so you can all go to.
Yeah, when's he dropping it?
His channel.
12 minutes.
Yeah. He's what was it? The Marvels or something, right? Yeah, that's what's
The Marvels, yes.
The Marvels. We'll see. Oh shit.
So you can check that out.
Thumbnail. Funny thumbnail.
Well,
it'll be fun watching a Mahler video on a movie I haven't seen too, because I'm willing to bet a lot of my reactions are going to be like, "Oh, they fucking put this in a movie that was in theaters? Are you kidding? They did that."
The Marvels has a scene that made me just crack up laughing. I couldn't contain myself. And it's one of the only times I've put one of those things in my
With
videos.
it or at it?
Was it Black Girl
Like,
Magic?
No, at it. No, not like later. It was the planet they went that was just like the entire planet was like a Bollywood party. Yeah, I was crying. I was actually I'm literally just a segment in my videos where it's not even analysis. It's just me crying into the mic because I can't breathe. I kept like laughing so hard. You just get the wind knocked out of you from a stupid scene.
Yeah.
The Marvels is something else, man.
I'll throw.
I don't even hate it. It's just retarded.
Yeah, that should be
I
fun.
guess,
I'll probably I'll watch it tomorrow or something while I work or whatever. But yeah, Brooks, you got anything going on you want to let the people know about?
At the very moment, no. You can catch me on Beast Up on Monday. I've just released a video on Puss in Boots comparing it to Mario. So anyone who's curious about that, because especially if you have someone who agrees, oh, it's for kids, it doesn't need to be quality. Watch that video with them, and hopefully you can at least shred that argument, because I really hate it. I expressed in that video nothing I hated more as a kid than kids movies. Like you want to be able to watch something that treats you with some respect and gives you something that you can actually benefit from. Mario is a fucking screensaver that should never ever have made the amount of money that it did. So
right.
I hate those films. I hate everything about them.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots is a masterpiece.
I think most of this is a movie about space wizards intended for children crowd don't like us very much. So we actually don't have any fun.
Fuck 'em.
It's such a shit argument. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've thrown your link in the description as well now that you joined. So go check it out.
No, appreciate it. Thanks
Absolutely.
for it's always fun to pop in.
Hell yeah, dude. Mark, you got anything going on?
Nope, just my army field work for the next month, basically, with
Yeah.
this coming week probably being the most intense of that. And yeah, hopefully having the time to finish up Pragmata for the Big Forge episode we've got next week with a large cast of
Yeah,
characters.
seems to be
We're gonna
7
talking
people
about
in
the,
total. So
yeah.
see how that goes.
robot babysitting game.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Well, for me, I'll finish Pragmata on stream probably on Tuesday. That's the idea. And I'm also planning on finishing up my Dustborn / Forspoken rant, which is going to be close to 3 hours. Hooray!
Right.
So that's gonna pop on. I cautiously say Friday. Let's put that. Cautiously Friday. So yeah, look out for that. That should be fun. And yeah, that's that. Thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you, everybody.
And
we appreciate it.
we are out of here. Go enjoy Mahler's video, because I didn't even proof watch it anymore. I guess I am just replaced now. Fuck you, Mahler. I hate you. Goodbye.
Peace.
I have stolen the gem.